Huh?
40 degrees here in Tennessee.
Is it? I think it's like 55 here, but it's muggy though. It's weird. It's not really.
You got the same weather we do over here.
Yeah,
That's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's cloudy inside. It's cool outside.
Yeah, it's pretty. Matter of fact, I'm gonna change. Hold on, it's too muggy in here. I'm gonna change the temperature, man.
Yeah, I just did that myself, bro. Last night was cold, and then this morning it went up 58, 59. I opened up the balcony on the front bedroom. Let this start circulating. Snack. Popping chair alive.
All right. Man. Bubba, we've been in first place in bowling for, I want to say, for almost 2 months. Well, for sure a month. Maybe 6 weeks. Hey, Bill, I'm first place at something. You hear me, Bill?
Yeah, but you know, it's because of your handicap.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm still first place.
Hey, what's your average now? You got to be at least at 130, 140? Not the truth.
Oh, I got it right here. Hold on. Hold up.
Last time I bowled in the league, I was probably at 148, 150.
Pounds?
What was that, like the third grade?
Yeah,
Let me see.
How long ago was that?
You know, trust me, you guys ain't averaging 200. If you're averaging 200, you're running into high ball.
Let's see.
None of y'all bowling 200s here.
Okay, this says 13. That might be the one, but let me make sure. Let me see. That says 13. This says 12. Okay, 10, 8, 6. All right, that's it. This is the most recent one right here.
Unknown caller.
Yeah, so this is the most recent one right here. So right there, look, Bill, you see who's in number one right there? Hold on, let's see. You see that?
Yeah, you your team is on number one. I like that. But I asked you for your average.
Hold on. No, I'm asking if you see that, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, so now that we got that clear. Okay, so now that that's clear. All right. Hold on, sir. Can you let me answer, sir? Can you let me answer your question, sir? Can I answer your question? Can you not interrupt me? Okay, thank you. All right. So now that we got that clear, my average.
Yeah. What I was trying to say is you guys are giving handicap now to others.
Yes. Yeah. Look, what does it say there? See it?
I can't see that one right there. All right, 138.
Yeah, 138.
That's good.
That's good. Well, I made the past couple of weeks I've been making 170s, 180s. So my average is about to start going up, man. I'm hoping it goes up slowly. I'm hoping it don't just.
I don't see you, Dre. I'm trying to bring you up. I don't see you. Oh, that's right. They already.
Hey, but I tell you what. What was I gonna say? Miss Marie, a lady that bowls with us, Bro, she bowled 2 games back to back. Her average is a 120. Hold on. Is it a 120? She's right here. I'm sorry, 121. Her average is a 121. And not this past week, but the week before, she hasn't been wearing glasses. So she went to go get glasses, bro. Her first game, she bowls. You know what? I think it's on this one because it was the week before. Where's the women at?
Are you looking at that? Have you heard about the changes that on the panels that you could split this panel one side 4 and the other side?
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, right here. She got a total of she bowled a 770, bro. 770? Yeah, I'm right. She bowled a 770. And there's another cool number she got. She got an overall something. Woman, where are you at? No. That she got two 200s, like a 218 and a 225.
Wow.
Something like that. She got, so her 770, 2 of them were like 200s, and the other one was almost a 200. Or something. I can't remember. It was, yeah, because it's on here. Maybe the other number doesn't have to be on here because this was like high scores for women or something. So,
Yep.
Yeah, we got a guy on our team. He bowls his average is a 205, and Mackenzie's average is a 168, but hers went up, so it's like a 171 now, I think. But
hey, Bill, when was the last time you said you was in the league? What did you bowl? What were you?
I was around 150 something the last time I bowled.
That's a lot of pounds ago, bro. You were 150 pounds when you were bowling?
you're stupid, bro. Stupid, bro. See, hey, what I should do is act like Bill and act like I don't know what you're saying and laugh and just laugh at Bill. That's what I should do. I should just do what Bill does. He knows what you're saying, but he laughs and he tries to act like he don't know. He's real good at that, acting dumb.
You have to catch a lot of, how should I say, a lot of flies.
A lot of flies with dumbness, not honey, with dumbness.
That's right.
Let's see. I'm new here. What's your channel about? We mostly talk about God, like 90% of the time. 10% of the time, it's shenanigans, like football and bowling and making fun of Christian and Bill. Oh, Christian ain't here? Okay, I can't make fun of him if he's not here.
He's somewhere. He's not. Oh, yeah, he's normally Mackin's beating him. Yeah, that's weird.
Mac was able to come up easy today because he's like, oh, we're just dropping off a truck today. He's just driving somewhere, literally.
Hey, Dre, I had some of that cheese yesterday evening with some hot cocoa slamming.
Cheese?
Remember that cheese we had? What
are you talking about, cheese and hot cocoa? You don't put cheese in hot cocoa, bro. What are we talking about right now?
You don't know about that.
Obviously not. I don't think anybody knows about that. What you just said makes no sense.
I'm with you, Chad.
He definitely lost me. He lost me at the hot cocoa for sure.
That means he thinks
un chocolate o un café caliente de noche con un canto queso y una galletita.
Yeah, I don't think I've
that means this whole time Bill thought you told him to put cheese in coffee, and he went and tried it. Bill, you remember, idiots invent things too. You might have just invented some. I'd go patent that.
You call me an idiot.
I'd go
Stop it.
No. Listen. You be mad at me all you want. Hold on. You can be mad at me all you want. Go.
No, y'all gonna listen to me today.
Go
the bear
patent.
is
Listen. Go patent
the
it.
bear is out.
You're
Let
not
me tell you,
listening, bro. You're not listening.
Better to be thought of as an idiot.
No, be quiet, man. Y'all don't know nothing. Stay in that hill.
Yo,
Listen,
better to be.
listen. We had that cheese in Texas, Venezuelan cheese that Dre bought, bro. And I've been craving that for a while. So I went to Walmart yesterday, and I found it. And I had some last night, and it was slamming.
It was slamming. All right, I need to ask people that's on YouTube. Anybody know anything about cheese coffee? Bill, I'm giving you a hard time. But you listen, Bill. Bill, if you just shut up for a second and listen. Go.
I'm a grown man.
Go patent this. Go patent this now, bro. Stop listening to my insults. Take your freaking ears out of your head for a second and go patent this slamming cheese coffee. You might have came up with something. I'm being serious. I've never tasted it. It sounds stupid as heck, but just
I like mine extra sharp. You know what I'm saying?
I want some of that Swiss coffee. provolone coffee. All right, hold on. Bill.
Double shot of espresso, hold the Parmesan.
Yeah, hold the Parmesan. Bill, for real, what kind of cheese you put in the coffee, bro? I'm asking everybody in here. Cheese coffee? Diz, you know what cheese coffee is? Chicken jockey? What the heck? Dizzy, you putting bars in the chat? I want that chicken jockey, that cheese coffee. You only can get it from Milwaukee. Oh, man. Oh. Bill, man, don't be hiding behind the bear, man. Don't be hiding behind the bear, bro.
All right, chat. You got a question in the chat.
Oh. Well, it better not be about cheese coffee.
No, the question reads, what does the firstborn of creation mean?
Angela? I'm looking for it. I don't see it. Okay, I see that. Angela has a question. All right, somebody on YouTube said only donkeys eat cheese coffee. Oh, man. Bro, I don't see the question, though.
It's there.
I'm looking.
Lord have mercy.
I'm looking.
It's way above everybody telling you. Matter of fact, she's on the panel now.
Oh, what does the firstborn of creation mean? Yeah, I see. Angela, what's up?
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Morning. What's going on?
So yeah, I'm studying right now the deity of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was reading in I forgot what chapter or verse, but let me see if I can find it again. But I actually had two questions. That was my first one. But earlier today, in Hebrews 1:8, I wanted to know who's speaking. Is that God the Father?
Hebrews 1:8. Angela, you been up here before?
No.
No? You were just scrolling by and you decided to come in and ask about Hebrews? Well,
I see you live sometimes, and I work from home, so I join the lives, but I be working most of the time, so I just listen in.
Yeah. All right. So where are you at? Hebrews what?
Hebrews 1:8.
Hebrews 1:8. Let's see. Yeah, so let's start at Hebrews 1:1. right?
Okay.
So the writer starts off by saying, God who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets. So this right now, someone's writing about God in 1:1. It says, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. Right? You can see that whoever's writing this person is writing about the Father and the Son, right?
Okay.
All right, it says, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high, being made so much better than the angels, as he hath inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. And again, I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he saith, and let all the angels of God worship him. And the angels, he saith, who maketh his angels spirits and his ministry a flame of fire. But unto the Son he said, thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is the scepter of thy kingdom. And 9 says, thou hast loved righteousness and hated iniquity. Therefore, God, even thy God, hath anointed thee with the oil of gladness above thy fellows. All right. So what's the question?
Who's speaking?
What do you mean, who's speaking? There's a person writing Hebrews.
Okay. So that's not God the Father, just somebody that's writing it.
That's not God the Father? Maybe I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean that's not God? What's not God?
So when I was reading it, it was
She's
from
trying to figure out who's
8.
speaking or who's writing.
Oh, okay. All right. So in 8, I see what you're saying. My bad. So in 8, it says, but unto the Son he saith. So now he's quoting what the Father said to the Son.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Because it says, but unto the Son he saith, and then he's telling what the Father said to the Son. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. That was it?
I had another one. For some reason, it's not clicking to me. I can't connect the dots of the firstborn of all creation. I'm not understanding what that means.
What the phrase firstborn of all creation means? Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to it. Let's go to that.
I think I read it in Colossians 1:15.
Yeah, it's definitely Paul saying it. Let's see. Yeah, let me know if this is it. I'm going to read 14 and 15 together. So Colossians 1:14, it says, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature. That?
Yes.
Yeah, it says, for by him were all things created that are in heaven. So it says that he's the firstborn of every creature. The Amplified says he is the exact living image, the essential manifestation of the unseen God, the visible representation of the invisible, the firstborn, the preeminent one, the sovereign, and originator of all creation. For by him all things were created in heaven and on earth, things visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities, all things were created and exist through him. That is, by his activity and for him. Where is... Yeah. All right. So, what's confusing about that? Like, help me out.
Yeah, I'm not understanding what that means, like firstborn of all creation.
Yeah. What do you think it means? If you were to, like,
I don't know.
You have no clue? No, there's none.
Unknown caller.
Angela, do you know anybody here on D scale? Do you talk to anybody here?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, the Bible tells us, right, that God created the heavens and the earth, right? He created all this stuff. Mm-hmm. It tells us, right, in the beginning in Genesis.
Right.
Right. And then Adam and Eve were supposed to be fruitful. Excuse me. Adam and Eve were supposed to be fruitful and multiply, right?
Right.
Right. So when he made everything was perfect.
Yeah.
Right. And Adam and Eve, were they fruitful and multiplied?
No.
No, they weren't. Mm-hmm. So they didn't do what he said that they needed to do.
Right.
Right. There's not just one wrong thing they did. Eating from the tree is not the wrong thing. He told them not to eat of the tree, but he also told them to be fruitful and multiply. But for some reason, and I know what that reason is, but for some reason, Christians don't talk about that. Islamic believers don't talk about that. Black Hebrew Israelites don't talk about that. Jehovah's Witness don't talk about that. I can sit here all day. Catholics, nobody talks about that. They always talk about Adam and Eve disobeyed God, ate from the tree, and got kicked out of the garden. Well, he told them to be fruitful and multiply, and they weren't. So didn't they disobey him there too?
Yep.
Very important. It's very important. Because the thing that he did tell them to do, they didn't do. So that first Adam, the one in the garden, failed.
Okay.
Failed. And so all mankind received a fallen, what we call a fallen nature. The Bible calls it in several different ways. It calls it other things, but it's pointing to a dead spirit. So now Adam has a dead spirit. Okay. At this point. So in the verse that you brought up, it says, in whom we have redemption. I'm sorry, 15. It says, who is the image of the invisible God. See, God made Adam in his image and in his likeness. So if the image of God was already here in this fallen world, why is Paul telling us that Jesus is the image of God if the image is already here? Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So when Adam's spirit died and then Adam and Eve started having kids, right? Now they're quote unquote being fruitful and multiply, but they didn't do it in the garden. They did it in this fallen world. So when they started having kids, those kids did not bear the image and likeness of God. It bore the image and likeness of fallen man.
Okay.
Right. So when Paul is telling us here that the image of the invisible God is now here, it's because Paul understood that this was the last Adam. It was a different Adam. But in the same way, it was an Adam. 100% it was. So if this is the next correct Adam, that means all mankind should come back alive through this one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if there was no life regarding humans, this last Adam is to make sure that now there is life.
Okay.
And so now that there is life, that could only happen because there has to be a perfect firstborn.
Oh.
And so Adam was a perfect firstborn, but his spirit died. And so he didn't have any kids in the Garden of Eden that would have continued to be fruitful with the image and likeness of God. So when the last Adam came, who was in the image and likeness of God, he was fruitful and multiplied, not about physical kids, but he made disciples.
Okay.
So he was fruitful and multiply, but it all started with the firstborn, who is Christ, right? So where it says, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature. That means any life that is given to anyone had to first start with him.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's clicking now. Thank you.
You're
that
welcome.
Makes sense.
Because we have the second Adam, we don't need Muhammad.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus is a prophet. Yeah, he's a prophet as well. Let me ask this person.
I'm going to continue listening. I'm going to drop down.
You're good. You're good. Let me ask this. Let's see. Ziade, the one that said Jesus is a prophet. Is God a prophet? Ziade, is God a prophet? Allah, the only one true God, Allah. Is he a prophet? Is he a prophet, bro? Is God a prophet? Ziadi. He's a God. I'm asking if he's a prophet. Yes or no? Huh? You just realized he was, huh? You don't want to answer now? Ziadi, the thing you're saying makes no sense because God is a prophet. You didn't know that? All this wisdom you claim you have, and you didn't know that God was a prophet? How do you not know that? God's not a prophet? Oh. Yes, he is. What does a prophet do, Ziadi? What does a prophet do? Huh? You're going to learn something today. You come to the wrong one. What does a prophet do? 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 Oh, man. Preach? No, a prophet doesn't preach. A prophet prophesies. How do you not know this? Why do you go around using words you don't even know what they mean? You don't even know what they mean. A prophet prophesies. What's a prophecy? Huh? What is a prophecy? Diazi. What is a prophecy? What is a prophecy? Google it if you have to, for God's sakes. You're going to learn something today. You got these people that teach you to ask these questions, and you're not educated enough to know that's a stupid question. Hey, go ask the Christians. A prophecy is a message? No, sir. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Either you're lying or someone taught you that lie. And you're not smart enough you don't have a brain of your own, bro. You don't know what a prophecy is. A prophecy is a prediction. What is it then, smarty pants? Well, thank you, Lord. Why take you so long to, golly, bro? Why take you so long to ask that? Why don't you just say you don't know? It's a prediction, bro. You understand? It's a prediction. It's a prediction that this is going to happen. This is going to happen in the future. Huh? So you're telling me God's not a prophet? He doesn't make predictions and they come to pass? My guy, you are way off. You're not even in kindergarten regarding religion. That's kindergarten, bro. Kindergarten, baby.
These only come from God. Like, this is nonsense.
It's nonsense, bro. It's craziness, bro. The stuff that y'all just believe, bro. Prophecy is when something is, it doesn't matter who makes the prediction. What's my point? God is a prophet as well, goober, because he makes predictions. He makes predictions. Do I need to show you? You don't know that? When they were going to choose a king, and God said, choose me as your king. And the people said, no, we want to choose Saul. And he said, okay. So he tells Samuel, he says, Samuel, he says, tell them that this is what's going to happen to their kids. The males are going to go to war. The women are going to do this. They're going to become slaves of him. And he predicts what's going to happen. And he tells that prediction, which is a prophecy, to a man. Okay? And the man relays the message. But it was God that made the prediction, bro. Do you understand? It was God that told these predictions. The prophet didn't come up with it by himself. God knew the prediction. God did. Therefore, God's a prophet, bro. So when you say Jesus was a prophet, he was not a God. I don't know if you're hearing yourself, but you're basically calling Jesus God, my friend. That's what you're saying.
I'm sorry. Fix the boxes. I don't know what's going on. People are dropping. I don't know if they're dropping by themselves or it's a glitch or something.
Let me see. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. What do you say? Please get on with the message. Yeah. Oh, I get you. Let's see. Mara, I think that, or Diaz, Descaled has, we just started it. Okay. Diaz 2862. So Descaled has, on Apple Podcast, I think it's on Spotify too. But we have a podcast, Descaled does. And I think the first episode is, let's see, which one did we do? Eden Revived, I think, is what it is. And all the shenanigans that you see on the lives are not on the podcast, right? The podcast, we just get straight to what we're discussing. And we did that for people like yourself that don't have time for all the mumbo jumbo. Trust me, I get it. Me and Dre get blown up left and right from different angles on people saying, hey, you know, is there a way y'all can have a live without the shenanigans? Well, unfortunately, in this day and age, when you go live, there's just going to be a lot of side things that happen. And yeah, I could easily ignore it, but you know, there's, again, a live is it's just another side. It's just another side of ministry. And so I apologize for the side shenanigans. But I'm telling you, I think you'll enjoy and I'm not telling you not to come to the lives. I'm just saying, just be ready because they do happen. The side things do take place.
Like today, everybody about chocolate and cheese.
Coffee and cheese. Let's see. Yo, descaled. Can we mud wrestle? Why? I'd win. Let's see. Or do you want to be referee? No, I'm not going to ref. I'd rather beat one of you up. Let's see.
That's YouTube, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Ziadi, your Bible is full of contradictions. Hey, just so y'all know, that's the same one that said that Jesus was a prophet. I usually don't do this, Ziadi. I don't. You can ask anyone, but I literally just smashed you with your nonsense, and now you're trying to move the goalpost. You want to talk about something else now? Come on, bro. You just contradicted yourself. Nope, the Bible don't contradict itself one time. Not one time, sir. You don't know how to read the Bible. All right, Ziadi, I'll give you a few more seconds. Let's see. Y'all eat pork and drink wine, and the Bible states not to. It says pork, or does it say swine? Ziadi. Ziadi, does it say pork or swine? Huh? Does it say pork or swine? You got that one wrong too? Lord have mercy, buddy. You got that one wrong too?
Hey, Trot.
Yeah. What's up, Travis? What's going on, man?
I just had a thought. So for a lot of people that don't know, Trot and I went to Bible college together, and I had a lot of classes together. And I remember one of the classes, there was one of our brothers, he's from Pakistan, and he was just sharing how he got delivered from being in the Muslim religion, and now he's a Christian on fire for Jesus. And I remember he was saying that a lot of the people there that are Christians over in Pakistan still call God Allah. And so, Troy, I just wanted to know, like, what you thought about that.
About what part? About people calling God Allah?
After they become Christians.
Yeah. So, again, this is a very simple issue, right? So there's people that argue that if you don't say God's name right, you're not saved. So again, this is kind of like saying that God is stupid, right? Because if God's the only one that can look at someone's heart, if he's the only one that can do that can look at a man's heart, he knows who the person is talking to, right? So if people say, well, you didn't physically say the name right. So in this world, we have a lot of titles, a lot. Just so many titles. Like even the word God, right? God is a title. So then you'll have people that are, human, and they'll say, well, which God are you talking to? And they'll say, Yahweh. Or you'll hear someone say, Allah, right? So if we looked up Allah, what does Allah mean in English? Somebody look it up. What does Allah mean in English?
Allah means God, specifically the supreme being in Islam, but it is also used by Arabic-speaking Christians and Jews.
Yeah, but if you translate Allah in English, what is it? What is the word?
Oh, okay. I should be saying. Okay, hold on.
Right?
To submit to God, ain't it? Or is that Muslim? I think that's yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I'm asking what is Allah translated in English?
What I looked up, it says the God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the God or the supreme being.
Yeah. So I know there's going to be Islamic believers that will argue with this. But Allah just means God. That's all it means. So when they go, no, it means the God. Right, bro. But you understand, I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying. It means God. That's what it means. And God, the word God is a title. You understand what I'm saying? Or y'all don't understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, Trap.
I got it.
Right? So if a person becomes a Christian and they say God in freaking Japanese, what does it matter? So somebody tell me, how do you say God in Japanese? How do you say it? Oh, man, what did I do? Kami, or however you, Kami is a Japanese word for deity, divinity, God, spirit, supreme being, Kami, right? Like kamikaze. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm saying,
K-A-M-I.
yeah, Kami, however you pronounce it, it doesn't matter. But let's say that they're Christians and they go, Kami, hear me. Are we going to tell them, hold on, who is Kami? Is that what we're going to do? Who's Kami?
Well, that's not what you should do. No.
Okay. Again, how do
There
you
are
say?
going to be people who say that.
How do you say? All right, let's do it again. Let's do a few more until it clicks. Okay. All right. So how do you say God in Russia, in Russian language, in Russian? Let's see.
It is Bog.
Bog. Okay. So if somebody is preaching, or not preaching, but they're praying to Jesus, and they say, "Oh Bog, it is I, Rashin." You're going to say, hold on.
Rashin.
You're like, hold on. Who is Bog? Do we got to do another one? Do I have to do another one? Are we understanding what I'm saying or no? Okay, thank you, user 880-1647-851347. In Spanish, it's Dios. So if you hear someone who speaks Spanish say, Dios, please, Dios, you're going to tell them, whoa, who's Dios? Look, we can't allow different languages to make you believe that they're saying or speaking to someone different. They don't have to pray to God in English. They don't have to pray to God in English. They don't. So like for instance, the word God alone is not referring to Jesus. It's not referring to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That title, you understand? I don't care if you hear someone in English saying, oh God, oh heavenly God. You're like, well, at least they're saying it in English. What God are they talking to? Who are they talking to? Right? So, Arab Christians pray to Allah. Again, Allah just means God. Allah just means God. Now, the God of Islam is not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The God of Islam is not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. 100% not. So where it says Arab Christians pray to Allah, of course they do, because Allah just means God. That's all it means. You understand? So when you say they pray to Allah, they pray to God, but the God of Islam is not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jigat, I love when y'all say prove your claim. I don't have to prove it. I don't have to prove it to nobody. I can tell by reading scripture and by listening to y'all's Quran. It's not the same. So when you say prove it to who? And prove it to you. Why? Why does anyone have to prove this? I don't have to prove nothing. My claims are facts, period. It don't got to be proven. We're not in court. Y'all get so caught up in court. Prove it to who? And prove it to you. Why? You're an adult. You can believe whatever you want, my friend. I don't have to prove nothing to you. I've been reading the Bible for 15 years. And the very first time that a verse, whatever you call it in the Quran, not the surah, but like a small part of it, the first time I read it, I saw that there's no faith in your Quran. There you go. You claim something. You need to prove it. No, you don't have to prove it. Prove it to who? Who do I got to prove it to? I don't got to prove it to nobody. I prove it to myself. The proof is for me. You understand? The proof is for me. I don't got to prove it to anybody else. I don't have to prove it. It was proven to me alone. Nobody came to me and proved it to me. The proof was in the pudding. I saw it for what it was. It's not the same God. So when I hear someone say that Christians pray to Allah, people automatically in their head think that Christians are praying to the Islamic God. That's not true. They can pray to Allah. The word Allah just means God. That's all it means. That's all it means. And Islam has a God, but it's not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's not the same God. They say the word God, but they worship Satan. So if a Christian, because they speak, Arabic, and they say Allah, they're not praying to the Islamic God. They're just using the word God, just like Islam is just using the word God. But Islamic believers are not praying to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're praying to Satan. Very easy when you read the scriptures. Don't believe it. Gotti, don't believe it. Don't believe it. You believe whatever you want. Facts are facts, whether you believe it or not. Facts are facts. Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So for everybody listening, again, I'll say it again and we'll move on. But when you hear an Arabic person and they're Christian and they say the word Allah, okay? If you make the wrong decision and automatically assuming that they are talking to the God of Islam, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. You need to ask them, who are you calling God? You need to ask them. Now, if they start explaining to you the God of the Quran, then you know why they're saying Allah, the word God in Arabic. But if they say Allah in the Arabic language, but when you ask them, who are you calling God? And they start referring just to the Bible, and they start telling you about the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus, you cannot allow a different language to cause you to hear something that someone's not saying. I have specifically met in person in other countries, people who are fluent. Their first language is Arabic, and they speak a little English, but they speak Arabic, and they're Christians. And when they pray, they say the word Allah. But that just means God. They're not praying to the God of the Quran. You need to know the difference. It's not the same thing. Now, the God that's in the Quran is not the same God in the Bible. It's not the same God. The one thing that the Quran, the people that wrote the Quran, the one thing they were good at doing was plagiarizing. So they just took things out of the Bible, wrote the Quran, and said it's the same. But a person who has the Spirit of God living in them knows that the Spirit is not in this book. There's no fear of the Quran, no fear, none at all. All that's going to end up happening is these people that believe in this religion, the Quran, Islam, this religion, they fight for the land in this world because the person that started this religion made them believe that we're supposed to fight for this land. But that's because they misinterpreted the Bible. This person heard that the Bible said to take the land. So this person said, oh, we need to take the land, not understanding that the land that the Bible is referring to are people's hearts, not physical land. So this person went around unaliving people to take over this land that's desolate, this hateful place that we live in, as you can see in the comments here, in the YouTube, these hateful people that come in here and they don't know what love is. They wouldn't know what love is if it was staring at them in the face. So they're taught to go unalive. They're taught to take over the land in the name of their religion, right? In the name of their religion. And they claim it's the same God. They claim it's the same God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And it's not. They worship Satan. It's not the same God. And so the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob tells Christians, people who believe in the death, burial, and resurrection, that God says that we need to take the land. But it's not talking about the land in this world. Like the Christian Crusaders were Catholics. I'm not a Catholic. I don't understand this. It's so funny you guys bring up with the Catholic. I'm not a Catholic. You go talk to the Catholics about that, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I don't believe in going around and doing what they were doing. That's not what the Bible teaches us to do. But that's what the Quran teaches, to take the land. But the Bible, when it tells us to take the land, it's talking about people's hearts. That's what it's talking about. So while y'all are here fighting each other in this desolate, dead world, I don't know why you would put your life on the line for a world that is dead and desolate. Why? Why would you do that? Only Satan would make you believe that this is a good idea. God wouldn't make you believe that. And when I say God, I'm talking about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm talking about the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus. This is what I'm talking about. So people who do not believe in the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus are antichrist. Therefore, you're Satan. You're Satan, my friend. Okay? If you do not believe in the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus, you have been deceived by Satan. All right? Therefore, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is only found in the Bible. It's not found in any other book. Although there are people that are good at trying to plagiarize, but the only thing they're good at is trying to fool and lie to people by using the only God that exists and then claim and lie to everybody that it's the same God. And it's a lie. But someone who has the Spirit can tell who the imposter is, right? The Quran, Islamic faith, all that, whatever they call it, there is no faith in there. Jesus is faith. And the Jesus that they have in their Bible is not the same Jesus that we have in our Bible. It's not. The word's the same. The word Isa is there. The word Allah, God, is there. But they worship Satan. It's not the same. It's completely different. So I 100% pray that y'all come out of Satan's religion and pick up the mantle of God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that prophesied of the Messiah to come and of the death, burial, and resurrection. And since the people of Islam do not believe in resurrection, the Bible makes it very clear that these are antichrist. And the Bible again makes it very clear that if you reject the Son, then you reject Allah, the only one, the only God that exists. You reject them. If you reject the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, my friend, then you reject the God you claim you rejected him, and you don't know that. You've been lied to. You've been bamboozled to believe that you are to take over the land, this physical land that is desolate, dry. It's a hateful place, and you've been made to believe that when the entire place is Islam, it'll no longer be a bad place. Well, to be honest with you, I've been to a lot of places that claim they worship this Islam, and they're worse off than any Christian place I've ever been to. I've been all over the place. this whole world being Islamic, it would not be a great place. It wouldn't, not even a little bit. Everybody would be in bondage. They would be unalived. But again, that's the difference between those who claim that they worship God and those who actually do worship God. So y'all go ahead and have a good time taking over. Y'all go ahead and have a good time taking over this desert that y'all call the earth. Real, please stop snorting. I can't. It's something that happened when I was in Iraq. If you can't stand it, just swipe. I apologize. It's an injury. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to stop snorting. All right, I'm not going to have boogers just flying out of my nose right here in front of everybody. But this world that Islam loves to take over, the Christians are taking over heaven. That's what we're taking over. And once we've taken over heaven and y'all have taken over this place, I can promise you, we ain't coming down here just to fight you for a desert. And I can guarantee you, y'all ain't going to be able to go up there and take the land at that point. So y'all go ahead and take the land here in this desert, because the one land that y'all are missing is the land of heaven, and y'all don't know how to take that over. Y'all don't know how to do that. Y'all know how to physically take over a physical land, but spiritually, you don't know how to take over a land. And because of that, the land that you're supposed to take over, which the Bible is talking about, which y'all plagiarized, since y'all don't know how to do that, y'all won't be in heaven. I mean, it is what it is, right? So all the red liquid that comes out of human bodies, you may be able to spill it all over this place. But the place that we're going is naturally red because of one body. All of it is ruddy. It's all red because of one body. And it won't be taken over by you. So let's see. All right, so let's get into something. But regarding the name Allah, Travis, you good on that?
Yes, sir.
All right, sweet. Yeah, Josiah saw you. He saw you in here, and he was like, Travis. He was trying to holler at you, but we had.
Oh, what's up, Josiah?
Yeah, he's in YouTube. But we had the Looney Tunes come in here for a little bit, so it happens. All right, man. What y'all got? Dre's not here. Somebody try to get Dre back, or maybe he's on. Oh yeah, he's still in there. He said, "What up, back?" Maybe Dre's in YouTube. I don't know where he is, but somebody sent him because he wanted to go over something. Oh. If heaven is where you go, I'm glad I ain't going there. Then you don't know what it is. If you knew what it was, you'd want to go there. Is that him coming up now?
No, it's Mick. I got a question.
Oh, Mick, hey, what's up? Yeah, man, go ahead. Somebody, let me just say this. Somebody try to get Dre in here because there is something he wants to talk about. Yeah, go ahead, Mick.
Yeah, so, and if I heard it wrong, just correct me. But when Dre was on the other day, he was talking about like the Yom Kippur, and that when at the whatever time of the year that they would go to for the atonement, right? Did he say that was for the upcoming year or the past year?
Yeah, it should be the forward. It should be the forward. It should be pointing forward.
So it wasn't about the past, it was about the future.
Yeah, well, he'll be up here and you can ask him specifically because I can't say I heard everything that he said because I got busy.
Well, that's pretty powerful if you think about it, because it really goes against those people that say that no, Jesus only forgave us for our past and present, not our future. So if a high priest, a man, can forgive for the upcoming year, what can Jesus do? I mean, it's a really good argument.
Yeah. Yeah. So the day of atonement, I mean, we know, first of all, you know the answer to this, right? Because those things transitioned over to Jesus, right? And 1 John 1:9 makes it very clear, right? When a person's not saved and they ask, God for forgiveness of sin, it says that all are forgiven. Iniquity, it literally says all. That is past, present, and future. And Yom Kippur is the same thing. It's past, present, and future. So I'm just making it clear, though, that it's pointing to the future. It's pointing to the next year ahead.
Yeah, I 100%.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I even went and looked up all in Hebrew and Greek, and it means whole and entire. So it doesn't even mean some or most. It means everything.
Yeah, it is. It is all. It's all. Just because it was pointing to Christ, because he is the day of atonement. He's it. So the past, present, and future are what's the word I'm looking for?
Covered.
Well, you can say covered, but there's another word I wanted to use. It points back to the sealing, right?
Paraffin.
Well, paraffin is is the wax that you put on the top. I'm just saying the action of the sealing itself, right? Like he's it. He is the pitch, the paraffin, he's the thing that does the sealing, the action of something being sealed. He's that action of it. So Yom Kippur is 100% past, present, and future thing. Like that's because it's the day of atonement, and Jesus is the atonement. He's it. So whatever he is, that's what that was representing, right? Yeah, giving grace. Thank you. Yeah, sealed. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, I just if I can take a couple minutes here, I just want to kind of like it's not a testimony, but it's really a testimony to what descaled has meant in my life.
All right, so it's a descaled testimony.
Yeah, well, it's what I've learned from descaled and from brothers that have been on descaled. Just so I have a neighbor, right, very meticulous about his lawn, and I noticed about 4 months ago that his lawn was kind of going to heck, weeds were growing. So as a neighbor, knowing I went ahead and like killed his weeds and his concrete and stuff like that. And, his trash can would stay out a day. And this guy was meticulous about this stuff, right? So I saw his wife on Friday and I just said, hey, how's John? I haven't seen him in a while. She's like, he's in hospice. He's got cancer and they're affecting all of his organs and, et cetera, et cetera. And I said, well, hey, can I go see him? Do you mind if I go see him? And she said, of course, he'd love to see you. So, I went up there and I was really hesitant because, I really, really been in the Bible and over the last year and a half. And I was like, man, God, this ain't about me. Just, give me the right words to say to this gentleman, because, he's my neighbor, right? So I went up there and it was just beautiful. He said, when I walked around the corner, he said he had just called for a chaplain because he knew that, his time was really close.
Yeah.
And I just have chaplain credentials. And he said, what a miracle. I said, well, hey, God's amazing, So I just got to, he said, well, I'm really Catholic. I'm, well, that's okay, And he goes, well, I really like Our Father. I'm like, well, I know that prayer too. I said, but let me ask you some questions, my brother, my neighbor. And I said, do you believe in the death, burial, and resurrection? And have you gone from, do you believe that Jesus, the whole Bible is just about Jesus? Do you believe all this stuff? And I'm kind of ad-libbing and cutting it short, so you don't have to hear it, but it was beautiful, right?
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when I said, listen, after your confession right here, my friend, I said, I don't know if it's 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, whatever God gives me, I'll see you at the dinner table, and it was amazing. Yep. And I couldn't do that stuff. I couldn't have done that stuff a year and a half ago without descaled. And it's it's a credit to not only you and Descaled, but to like many of the brothers and sisters that have helped me in this journey. So, I consider everybody really, and 20, 30 that are really, really, I love them, right?
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And when I left, it hit me. It hit me a little bit, but that was another soul saved for the kingdom, and that's what we're supposed to do.
Yep.
And make disciples. I don't mind making a convert now and then. I get it. We're supposed to make disciples.
Well,
but
a convert. When I say convert, I'm not talking about someone that just got salvation, right? That's not who I'm referring to. So we're supposed to save people, but a convert is someone that's not been discipled, right? So if this guy passes away in a week or two, where's the issue with what you did? I mean, if he passed away, where's the issue, right? It's when you bring someone to salvation and they're still alive for 10 years, which means whoever it was that brought them to the Lord didn't disciple them. That's an issue. Yeah. Huge issue. No. So what you did was not made a convert, because a convert is someone who's been alive for years after they received Christ, but nobody's discipled them. That's what I'm talking about. We weren't called to do that, but we were called to pray for someone and bring the Lord to them. But after that, we're called to disciple them. And there are times where you won't be able to disciple somebody. That's totally different. But in the high 90 percentile, usually the people that are bringing someone to the Lord, they have time to disciple them. They just don't. And that's not okay. Right. That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah. No, it's just, I know you say, it was all God, because she told me on Friday, I didn't hesitate and want to see him. And then, when he came into belief and agreement with me, I just knew that, hey, it's no big deal. This is not our home. This is temporal, right? This is not where we're supposed to be. We've got a home in glory. We've got a home in glory. And, it's just all about Jesus, man. And he believed it. And the next day he passed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not a convert.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm corrected there, but he's saying that's all I care about.
Yeah. That's all that matters, is the fact that the guy was brought to the Lord, or let's say the guy was saved, but because he's been under some very weird, this cliche of what you need to be doing, how good you're supposed to be. People could have this very weird, timid view of themselves against God, not as an heir to the throne. They don't see themselves as co-heirs. They just don't. They see themselves as kind of like Islam does, like, by the grace of God, we might make it to heaven, by the grace of God. Not we already sit in heavenly places, not it was everything that he did. Look, Jesus did not come just to make 12 disciples. And then that's the whole Bible is just about the 12 disciples, and those are the 12 that makes it to heaven. That's not what it's about, because he tells them to go make disciples. If he would have never told them to go make disciples, then I think it'd be pretty clear. He found his 12. There's the 144,000 right there. Even though the guy come up here asking about 144,000, numbers have meanings behind them. This is why the Jehovah's Witness always get stuff wrong, because they don't know how to read the Bible. That's why they think Michael the Archangel is Jesus. They stopped. So they made it to 144 and said, oh, well, we're the 144. And then that prophecy didn't come. They changed their Bible again. And then they change it again. They're at a point where they're like, hey, guys, let's stop trying to prophesy stuff. Let's do that. Yeah, you should have never have done it to begin with. 144,000. I was like, wow, 144,000.
Can I say something?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay, so Nick, I just want to double down on what Char was saying. Like when my grandparents were passing, they had such a fear, but they were Christians their whole life. But they had this massive fear of where they were going to go, what was going to happen. So even if the guy knew God his whole life, like you going there and saying those things to him could have set him at a stage where he just was clearly aware of where he was going.
Yeah, it could have put him at a peace again that surpasses all understanding, right? So again, if the guy has already received Christ as his Lord and Savior, but he's been, again, wrong teaching leads to wrong living, right? But right teaching lives to right living. And so that could have been the last, the last of God's grace thrown in his face here of saying, hey, fear not. And so you kind of reassuring, hey, no, bro, like, you're saved, it just gave him a peace before he went off to sit at so now he's at the dinner table waiting. He's like, hey, where's Mick at? Well, no, not really, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, I just remembered so many of the teachings, so I was able to talk to him about, Adam and Eve and, Adam through Noah, just talking about Jesus, and his coming and what Isaiah said about it. And, I was able to talk about Ruth and Naomi to him because I asked the nurse before I went back there, because my dad passed of cancer. So you get to a point where you really don't know what's going on. Yeah. So I asked the nurse, I said, does he realize what's going on? So when I talk to him, he'll understand, because that conversation would be different, obviously. It'd be more for his spouse that was in here with him than it would be for him. I just pray over him. So she said, absolutely. He knows it. He's accepted it. He's a little fearful. And I said, okay, so that gives me some, but my point is, brother, is that I've learned that stuff that I was able to share over the last year and a half. So I'm just grateful.
Yeah, that's the living water, right? Jesus says, he tells them, wash each other's feet like I washed your feet. And of course, you got carnally minded people that think Jesus is telling you go get a bucket of water and go wash someone's physical feet. That is not in the entirety of the Bible. That is not Jesus. All that stuff that happened in the Bible didn't happen so he can come here and teach you how to take dirt off somebody's feet. And they're like, look how humbling that is. Oh my God, bro. If you have kids, if I have a daughter, my daughter ain't dating your kid, whoever you are. You think Jesus came, you think God manifested in the flesh so he could teach us how to wipe dirt off feet. Oh my gosh. No, he came over here so he can show the disciples something. So when they understood what it meant, they would properly know how to make disciples. How come we don't have many stories of the disciples washing people's feet? Anybody? Wow, nobody thought of that? How come we don't have hundreds of stories? How come when they said, in the name of Jesus or whatever, and they're putting their hands on people, they're praying for people, and the people are getting saved, and they say, oh, let's go to the water. So they went to the water so they could wash their feet. That's what's happening. That's what baptism is. Washing of the feet. They were washing the people's feet. No, they weren't washing feet. They were dipping them in the water. That's what they were doing because it was a Jewish custom. It was a thing that they did. But what I'm saying is they were told to make disciples. Wouldn't you think that if the importance of what Jesus was doing by washing their feet physically, wouldn't you see or hear? Wouldn't there be stories? And the disciples lined up 400 people and washed all their feet in new wine and water. I mean, you would hear it. How come it's not in there? But yet people say, oh, well, you physically wash your feet. We need to wash each other's feet. No, bro. We wash each other's feet with the word. And the feet is talking about us ministering the word. That's what the feet represents in the Bible. It represents someone who is swift to go give the message, the good news. How do you do that? By walking to somebody. That's how you wash the feet. So when people feel they're inadequate or they feel like, I don't know how to do that. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, Daniel's son, because we get you to wax off, wax on, wax off. You find out how to be very swift with your feet. It is a repetition, okay? It's just like if someone was to quote unquote brainwash you to be fearful, you need to be brainwashed that's a lie. And you are not to be fearful. That's it. It's that simple. But brainwashing is a good term. Brainwash. What does wash mean? Wash don't mean make something dirty. It means to make it clean. So we use the phrase brainwash because someone's doing something dumb and they're like, they've been brainwashed. I don't know why we don't say they've been brain dirtied, because they clearly ain't been brainwashed. Being brainwashed in the spiritual sense is you putting on the mind of Christ. And how do we put on the mind of Christ? Very simple. Someone doesn't believe that they can minister to someone. They don't believe that how am I going to do when someone needs me? The Spirit will show you what you need to do. The Spirit will show you. Say, hey, what do I say to this guy? Well, let me think of the word. So now you go think of the word that was poured over you, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. And the reason that a person believes that this is going to help this person is because it already helped them. You understand? You can't give something to someone that you don't have. But what you can give to someone is something you do have. So when the man had his hand up asking Peter and whoever was with them, I think, who was it? Does it say John? Who was with Peter at the temple? Was it John? Where they were asking for money and Peter said, gold and silver I have not, but what I do have, I give you.
Paul.
I don't know. It's not Paul. It's not Paul. Somebody tell me. Somebody help me out. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I think it's John.
John. Okay, I thought it was Peter and John. But he's asking and he says, gold and silver I have not, but what I do have, I give you in the name of Jesus. So what we do have is what we give. And so you can't give something you don't have. So if you don't have the living water, which washes each other's feet, that's the thing, that in this dirty world that we walk in every day, you could believe that you're not good enough to minister to someone. You know, it's like hearing someone tell you, hey, I counsel families, not me, but someone comes up to you and goes, hey, yeah, I counsel people. And you know them, right? Let's say 10 years ago, they were a horrible person and you start laughing. You counsel people? You need counseling. So the reason that person would tell the other person, you need counseling. The reason why they would say that is because they don't see beautiful feet. You understand? They don't see, like, why would someone listen to you? But we know as believers that in this world, there's always going to be someone or something tempting you to believe that you're not good enough. You can't do it. It's always there, but we're not of that world. So because we're not of that world, we know that those things come. So we get together and we wash each other's feet and make sure that they see your feet are clean.
Wow, Trot.
Go minister the gospel. Your feet are clean. Right?
That's so beautiful.
Yeah,
wow. Thank you.
God's beautiful, man. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So when Mick was saying, man, a year and a half ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Probably not. He's speaking for himself. I'm going to say I believe him. He's speaking for himself. What he's saying is, since he's been here for over a year, we have been washing each other's feet. And so it empowered him to know, I have no problem doing this. None. Why? Because he knows that his feet has already been washed and they're cleansed. So if his feet are washed and they're cleansed by the word, and he already has that inside of him, then it's too easy to tell this man the truth without fear that he's either doing it the wrong way or he's not good enough to do it. He's already understood. I'm good enough. I've already been sent. I'm the only one holding myself back. Once that understanding seeks in, then nothing else matters. It doesn't matter anymore because it's all nothing but things of this world, which because we're the thing that's alive and everything else is corruptible, how does that hold any weight to God? So if I'm standing before God and I'm alive, fruitful, and everyone around me that's trying to bring something to God regarding me, they're dead and I'm alive, how are your words going to hold up in court? They're not. So if your words are not going to hold up to court, then why would I listen to words that have no life in them? None. They have no life. If they have no life, that means they're a lie. If they're a lie, I'd be a fool to eat it. Now we're back at eating from the tree of life and eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil is you looking at yourself. Am I good enough? Can I minister the word? You're eating from the wrong tree. But if you already know that you have eaten from the tree of life, and because of that, you are the tree of life, now you see yourself as the tree of life. You don't see yourself as something opposite of that. The focus is him. So if the focus is him, it's easy to focus on the person that needs him. It's easy. It becomes easy. Real simple, right? So, and that's exactly, if you pay attention to what Mick said, again, why he's talking, I can already see why he said, what he did, it becomes like this perfect, like a blueprint of like a home, you sit there and, some of them are so long. Well, actually 90% of them are rolled up, you get a blueprint and you unroll it. Guys, give me a second. When I get back, I'll finish talking about the blueprint.
Hey, Mick, that's awesome that you did that, man. Especially for a Catholic, because my wife's family is Catholic, and it's just sad the unbelief that they have in God's finished work. So that's awesome you did that, man.
Well, again, I don't take credit for, they couldn't stop thanking me. And I was like, just stop it, just it's my pleasure, and then I got probably from his wife afterwards. And I'm like, it's okay. It's my pleasure. And, it was pretty amazing, and again, I thank God, and I thank everybody here that's on the panel, and they're all been amazing. So yeah, Michael, if you haven't been coming here, man, just keep coming, brother. This place, you're going to get fed. I'm telling you, you're going to get the truth and you're going to get fed. So.
No, for sure. I try to catch him when he's on.
Yeah, all good. But we got a couple, I think at least one ex-Catholic on the panel, so it's all good. Right above me.
Yeah, my wife's grandparents, like her grandma was like, yeah, she's like almost 80. She's like, I don't know where I'm gonna go for like.
Unknown caller.
Its indulgences to make sure that he gets me out of purgatory. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, bro. Like living in fear your whole life, going to Catholic church your whole life, and still not believing that you're free from sin. I mean, oh man, it's sad. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna try to talk to her soon. I rarely see her, but hopefully next week I do.
Yeah, it didn't bother me a minute. When he said he was Catholic, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
More reason.
Do you believe this, and this? And once like you come into agreement with me, all that stuff. We didn't talk about works. We didn't talk about sacraments or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
He did want, our Father prayed, and I memorized that. I said, okay, hey, we can do that for sure. Whatever you want. But I'm going to tell you about Jesus, and I'm going to tell you that me and you are going to be in heaven someday together, and I'm going to recognize you, and we're going to remember this moment. And he did. He from when I walked in to when I left, his whole posture changed. And because I'm not really fluent, man. I stutter and I stammer and stuff. And I was like, man, in spite of me, God, just you just do it, man. You just
Moses stuttered You know, Moses stuttered, and
Ask Trot about that, because I think that's a misconception. So ask Trot about that sometime.
Really?
Yeah. We spoke about that in the past, but in spite of all my insecurities and inabilities, God just took it and stole the show, and that's all I wanted him to do. So.
The Holy Ghost, yeah.
Okay, brother.
Yeah, no, I'll say this last thing about it, leave it alone, but it's like a easily seen blueprint, you know, like when you hear someone speaking, right? It's kind of like they're looking at a blueprint that looks just like yours. And while they're talking, you can kind of already tell where they're going, why they're going there. You know, you can already tell like y'all are both holding the same thing. So as a disciple, you already kind of know like what the person's going to say, you know, why they're saying it. In that way, it's kind of what it is. So when you hear them explaining what they're doing, it's always going to point to the living water. Always. It's not going to point to anything else. But when you hear somebody, you know, playing a different note, you understand when you hear them when they're kind of off. I'm not saying kind of off in just teaching, right? So like the Catholics will say, like, remember the one guy that came up here and he's like, well, I got to ask you questions to see where you're at. And they think they've been lied to, that the reason that they ask questions is to see if you're saved or not. No. They don't even know why they ask all those questions. The reason why they ask all those questions is because they're taught to ask those questions to see who believes the way they believe. And if you don't believe the way they believe, they unalive you. That's how it was. And so it stayed this way. They kept this non-giving God task that if you're not with us, you're against us. So they use that verse where Jesus says, guys, if they're not against us, they're for us if they're not against us. So they think, oh, okay, well, Jesus said that there's people that are against us and people. And so in the same way, Islam has done the same thing. They have literally taken what the Catholics did, and they just ran off and made their own religion, except they do the same thing, right? So when their leader would go take over an area, you know, he learned in his own way, what do I do? And, you know, he makes everyone believe God's telling him this, but he's like, what do I do? Well, if they don't want to be part of you, just like what the Christians were doing. So the Christians, again, I'm talking about Catholics, the Catholics and Islam, they both went out and they had a very similar agenda, right? But Islam would make people pay taxes. And so they learned that as long as they keep paying their tax, we'll leave them alone. As long as they keep paying their tax. And if you don't want to pay tax, then that right there is how they knew, oh, these people are going to do something to hurt us later. They're going to do something to hurt us because they don't want to pay. They're telling us we're not going to be part of you. So we have to unalive them. So they've taken what they've seen God do in the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, in the Old Testament, God told Saul, go in there and unalive everybody. And because they don't understand what that's talking about, because see, God did it physically. In the Old Testament, he did it physically. And so this easily would lead anyone to believe that you're still supposed to do it physically. It would lead anyone to believe that. But to those that have the Spirit now know that this was a shadow. All of it was. It was a shadow of something to come. And it was what Christ was going to do spiritually in the land that was always ours. It was always ours, a promised land. But the promised land, again, I'm talking about the garden started growing thorns and thistles. That's what started happening in the garden. This is referring to man's heart. The man's heart died. And what was living in man's heart is what we call death. That's what we call it. Death was living in man's heart. So Jesus had to come clean up this soil, which is our heart. But before he did that, he had to kick out those that were living there. He had to kick out those that were living there. So these people that are focused on physical lands, they are carnally minded. There may be some spiritual things that they kind of see, but the veil, the flesh, is holding them back from seeing the rest. So you have these people fight over physical lands. So when they hear my people, they look at skin color. When they hear the land, they look at the physical lands. They don't see anything other than that. And you can't blame them. You can't be mad at them because we were all there. We all did not understand what the Bible was talking about. But when you see all other religions, right, claim that everything is more physical, this is why you will see these people in the last days fighting each other, because they think they're supposed to be fighting for the land here. They don't understand that the land is a person's heart, and the only way to truly win a person's heart is with real love, not fake love. It has to be genuine, real love, and only God knows how to do that. So even though a man can fake what love is, if you fake love to a person, how is it that they automatically know it's fake? Ain't that funny? A human being today, if you give them fake love, they can tell. Isn't that funny? Isn't that so funny that it could be an atheist? It could be an atheist, bro. Never even talk to God. But if you fake love to him, he knows. How? How is that? Because as a kid, when we were all kids, we 100%, we could tell who it was around us that really cared for us. And if you're honest to yourself, watch who you'll think of. Who was it around you? Who was it around you that you know when you're little, that's who you want to go to? And let me tell you why. Because you can do whatever you want and they love you anyway. That's the truth. It comes down to that fact right there. Who was it in your family that you would automatically say, this person, whoever it is, I don't care who it is. And everyone else knew, oh my God, little spoiled brat. Everyone would say to themselves, little spoiled turd right there, spoiled. Everybody would hate that around that person, you can do whatever you want. Now, again, what I'm trying to show you is this is why God always points to a child, because see, a child, yes, a child will, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Of course, we know all these things, but the focus is that they know that genuine love is someone that loves them regardless of issues. And so kids, they can pick up a sense that other people don't like them, and they can, at their little age, 8 years old, they can say in their head, they don't like me because of me. Something's wrong with me. So they don't like the guilt. So they don't like being around that person. But around a certain other person, they have no more guilt. My friend, if you can understand how a kid thinks like that, that little person in you is still there. And the only one that satisfies that little brat is Jesus. And so when you have all these religions that try to fake love, I don't care if the person's an atheist, because everyone has seen the genuine love of God through something. I don't care if it's an old Chinese man that made tacos in a taco shop. If that's the only Jesus someone saw, they still know what it is. And they'll tell you, they'll say, that Chinese man, I'd rather hang out with him than any of y'all. And that's because he gives something to this person. Now, again, if he's giving money, we know that money is fake love. That's not real love. But there are people in this world that is lost and they think that that's real. But I am pointing to the heart issue kind of love, that everybody, the majority of humans in the world, have seen where they've been appreciated and there's nothing to appreciate. You'd be a complete idiot kid. Like, y'all ever seen Home Alone? Like Kevin? That little turd he was a turd. Turd, straight up. He called his mom dummy. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, I am up here. She's like, get upstairs. And she was talking about the third floor or the attic or the third floor or whatever. She's like, get upstairs. He goes, I am upstairs, dummy. You little turd, bro. Like, you know what I mean? We've all seen that little turd before. I'm saying all this to say that there is a love that you'll see a child, they'll hold on to that kind of love through a certain family member, friend, or whatever. And it's because they can just be themselves. Now, again, be yourself don't mean act like an idiot. But I'm saying as far as a kid goes, okay, that's not caught up in this crazy world, they're still at kid status. You know what I mean? They're gonna hold on to the person that just loves them for who they are. And that's something that you can't fake. So all these people that are fighting for this dead, desolate world, they're going around unaliving each other, and they're like, you're going to pay a tax, or if you don't, bro, 99.9% of people in the world knows that that's not love. Even people who are in this religion called Islam, they know it's not love. You know how I know? Because they used to be a physical kid. They used to be a physical kid. Now, you can get to a reprobate mind, which means you forget what that looks like, but that's up to them. But what I'm saying is not everybody is at a reprobate mind status. Not everybody is. So even people in Islam know that there's a family member they can be themselves around. And then when they meet the people in the community or they're there, they have a fear. And they know something is wrong. Why am I afraid every time I'm around the main person in my group? Why am I afraid? And they are taught to believe that fear is normal. You're supposed to be afraid of the imam. You're supposed to be afraid. So they're taught that that's how you're supposed to be. But deep down, they know what it is. They know what it is, and this is why people in Islam come to. This is why people in Islam come to Christ. They come to him because they find that love once again, and it's only found there. And when a Christian leaves Christianity and they go to things like to Islam, if you sit down and really listen, they're very legalistic, very. They don't understand the grace of God, or they had a very misunderstanding, which they thought grace means just go live like a fool, which means they went and lived like a fool. So they go to Islam because they believe they need accountability, which means I need someone to be there. That means it's not done in the heart. That means you're not being that way naturally out of the heart. So if you're not like that naturally out of the heart, then that shows that something was wrong while the whole time you were claiming to be a Christian, something was wrong the whole time. And so why would it be hard for you to leave Christianity when the truth is the love of God still ain't found you? It's still not there. Because if it was there, you would go anywhere else, but you went somewhere else because you tell yourself, I need accountability. Listen, if you're that kind of person that says, nah, man, I need accountability. Okay, fine. You need accountability. There's a lot of things I can say about that, but that means you're saying that you have to be forced to do the right thing, right? Which means there's a lot of crooked stuff there that needs to be made straight. So they think they have to run to another religion to straighten them out, which is the law. It doesn't matter what religion you claim. If it's a legalistic thing, it's the law, okay? Meaning they're going back to the law. They need someone to tell them to behave. They need that, which means, again, they still have not found Jesus. They still ain't found it. Because when you find them, you understand, just like the child understands, they love me. Again, it's a physical child that I'm talking about. So obviously, basically, that kid just likes being around grandma, grandpa because they get to be a turd. But what I'm trying to tell you is that's the kind of love that Jesus has for us, is that even though there are things that still need to be worked out, he knows that, and he's just loving you through it. He doesn't agree with the things that you're doing, but he's loving you through it. So. And I'm saying that because we're talking about a lot of things, and one of them, how you have all these religions at the end of times, they're going to be unaliving each other. They're going to be unaliving each other. So they're going to push the Christian out, the one that actually has love. They want them out of this world. They want them out. And then now it's going to be, again, the fight of the lands, right? You'll have black Hebrew Israelites fighting Islam. They'll agree to go against a Christian to get them out of this world, but they don't realize they're fighting for a land of death. Well, what is the goal? Once the whole world is taken over, what's the goal? And they go to upload this religion, right? So once that religion is upheld in this world, does anybody know what's going to happen next? When a very specific religion takes over the entire world religion, does anybody know what happens after that? Huh? Come on, y'all always want to talk about revelations. Nobody knows? What happens after that? Oh my Lord.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Once a religion takes over the entire world, the whole one world religion, because it's going to happen, what happens after that?
Judgment.
No, not judgment. Nobody knows. That's what I'm saying. If you don't understand things that happened in the Old Testament, you're not going to understand this right here. You're not going to understand Revelations. What happens in Revelations? Antichrist? No. I bet you go find all your experts, and I bet you can't find one. I bet you can't bring one over here to answer this question. Go ahead. Go to your expert revelation guru. Don't ever want to talk about revelation. So you go to someone that think they're a revelation guru. Bring your guru, and I bet they can't answer this question. Once the whole world is taken over by a certain religion, what is the next thing that's going to start? Trials and tribulation? Nope.
Well, the coming of the Lord, that's when he returns.
Well, the coming of the Lord, everybody knows that answer. That ain't the answer, though. But everybody knows that the coming of the Lord is the cream of the crop. 7 years.
Truth is revealed. The truth.
Nope.
Well, Dre said great revival, which would be the coming of the Lord. So
okay, is anybody okay? Next, anybody else? Come on, out of all y'all's revelation gurus that y'all hear, y'all still don't. How do they not know to teach you this? Or they don't know. That's what I'm gonna say.
What was the question again? I missed it.
After the world is taken over by one religion, because it's going to happen. When that happens, what is the next thing that's going to happen? The next. Somebody said, you don't know either. No, stay here. I'm going to tell you.
Hey, Rod, I have a question. Okay. But how come it's not the truth? Because we know it's a lie.
Okay, I never said the truth wasn't coming. I said, what's the next thing?
Oh.
The next. What's the next thing? So again, once this, because again, it's happening right now, right? They want to take over the world, and they don't even know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. So the one religion is going to be over the entire world. Okay, it's going to happen. One police. It's one. What's the next thing that happens after that? Giving Grace said going to be hungry. War? Nope, not war.
Well, that would be the final trumpet.
No,
wouldn't it?
No. The mark? Nope. Return of Jesus? Nope. Come on, man. Come on. Listen. Nope. No. Famine? Nope. Beheadings? Nope. The next biggest thing, remember, guys, the whole new order, that's a big thing. That's huge, right? The whole world is now this. When that is done, what is the next thing that's going to happen? I'm sitting here telling you, I don't believe anybody's going to guess it. And I ain't playing games. I'm being dead serious. The Old Testament tells us. The Old Testament, what?
So is this along the lines of the question that I asked you about Revelation 12:1 in regards to the birth of the woman and God sent her down and she was protected?
Oh, you're asking me a question. Give me an answer. What's your answer? What's the next thing?
That was okay. So it's going to be a birth.
No.
Okay.
I'm telling you, y'all gonna guess all day, but I don't believe anybody. I have been listening to these people on TikTok for years talk about Revelation, and I ain't heard one person talk about this. And there's a reason they don't talk about it, because they don't know. So they skip this stage. I don't know how they skip this, and they hop to all this other stuff. They're off track. They don't know what they're talking about. I ain't heard one on TikTok say the right thing. Not one. Antichrist, nope. Government, nope. I'm already talking about one government. I've already talked about that. It's already one government, okay? There's already one religion, one police. That's already established. What happens right after that? Immediately starts happening right after that.
Everyone who is not reborn perishes.
Let's see. Somebody said, because your answer is not right, whatever you're fixing to say. No. Stick around, Teresa. I'm going to tell you. No. Y'all, okay, listen, y'all already went to y'all's Revelation gurus? Y'all already went and asked them? Huh? All y'all already went to y'all's Revelation gurus? Because I go on here, boy, y'all be on Revelation channels all the time. I see y'all on there. You're telling me that they ain't told you what happened right after that? Go ask your guru so I can prove your guru wrong today. You can stop going to your loser guru you got. I'm being dead serious too. I'm not even playing. So nobody knows? Nobody. Got 50 people in here. Not one person knows. The answer is not in the book of Revelation, by the way. It's in the Old Testament. I've been trying to tell y'all this for a long time. There's things that happen during the time of Revelation. It's not in Revelation. It's in the Old Testament. What's the question? The question is, right after the New World Order, right? This one-man government, same police, same religion. What's the thing that happens right after that?
Daniel 7.
That's not an answer. What is Daniel 7? What happens in Daniel 7? What happens?
The Great Tribulation?
Yeah, no, that's not it. Holy Spirit is taken away. Nope. There's a reason I don't talk about this stuff. There's a reason I don't talk about this stuff. Let's see. What's the question? Man, I said it all. Okay, I'll give it again. Whatever. Somebody put vanilla ice convert. What the? Joe Rogan? No, this is not the Joe Rogan show. No. Four horsemen? No. New Jerusalem? No. War of Hog and Magog? No. The rapture? No. Second coming? No. World peace? No. It's already world peace. That's why the new order is there. Oh man, that's what I'm talking about, bro. See what I'm talking about? And y'all want to go back to Revelation? You don't even know this? You don't know after the world order, what is the thing? Tell us the first letter. Okay, fine. I'll tell you. Well, first of all, if I give you a first letter, let's see, who is that? Trey, you have to first concede that you don't know the answer. If you say you don't know the answer, I'll give you a first letter. I'll start giving you hints.
I don't know.
All right. Hey, Teresa, when you're saying spit it out, dude, you have to understand there's a lot of people. I'm not just on YouTube. There's a lot of people that are still trying to guess. So no disrespect to you, but I'm not going to just spit it out if they're trying. No disrespect. Okay. If you think everyone's just sitting here with their thumb up their mouth, you're wrong. There's actually people in other platforms guessing. So no disrespect to y'all. Okay. Let's say, I don't know the answer. All right. Bondage and oppression. We could say that, Mr. Lee, that's kind of, it's close. It's close. I mean, you know, but that's a part of it, right? But it's close. I will at least say that. Freedom taken away. That's close to return of Jesus, rapture, tribulation. No, none of those. Absolutely not. It starts with the T. All right. I told Trey if that person said that they didn't know, then I would give a hint. It starts with the T. Okay. And it's not tribulation, for God's sakes. Please don't even say that. That ain't it. Of course, somebody puts it in there. No, it's not tribulation. But it does start with the T. The 10 plagues? No, not the 10 plagues. Trials? No. Transformation? No. No, it's not the plague. It starts with a T. Starts with the T. This is taught, listen, this is taught to us in the Old Testament. It is not in the book of Daniel. Well, there's a part of it. There's a part of it that's in Daniel. There's a part of it that's in Ezekiel. And there's a part of it that's in Revelation. But the understanding of it is in the Old Testament. It is not, and I'm talking about the understanding of it. The Exodus, no, it's not the Exodus. Trade, no.
Is it the return of the tabernacle?
No. What are we trying to guess? After the new world order, right? The new government of the world. One religion, one police officer, one government. What is the next thing that happens right after that? Now, understand this process of the new world order is the beginning of what I'm talking about. But when it's all done, it is something. What is it? When it's all done, what's the next thing that happens? What is it that just got done? I'm starting to give some test. No. Temptations. No. First, I don't know which. I don't know what that means. Space moon? No. 1,000 years of peace? No. Tax? No. 1,000-year reign? Nope. Treason? Nope. Trumpet? Nope.
Is it transfiguration?
Nope.
Grace said, Henry. Oh, never mind. She's joking. Never mind.
What did she say? What did she say though? I want to know.
She's tearing her hair out. You tear the heck up, brother.
That started with the T, tearing my hair out.
What'd I miss?
What's the next thing that happens after the new world order? The new government, new, same police, same religion. What's the next thing that happens? End times? No, we're already in the end times.
You're talking on scripture specific?
No. What is the answer to my question? What's the answer to my question? After the new government, new world order, what's the next thing that happens? It's up to you to give me the answer, however you feel you need to do that. Somebody put the end is going to end.
Exactly, Dre. I'm trying to get y'all to say the answer too, brother.
I know. I'm getting
why
there.
Y'all still guessing?
Well, I'm going to say this. Whatever end of times guru you claim to have had, they failed you. Nobody gave you the answer. Nobody. Tribulation, no. Throne, no.
We learn forever and we make disciples.
Everyone hit the submit button. The second coming, no. Jordan put trot as the answer. Nope. All right. So check it out. Put a 1 in the chat if you just want me to say it. If that outweighs everything else, I'm going to say it. Splinter Cell? What?
Hey, that's a great video game, Trot. Come on now.
Somebody put a 2. I see a bunch of, ones 100% on YouTube. 4? Alex, what the heck's 4 mean?
Everybody in the family is putting the 1s, right?
Yeah, I see a bunch of 1s. Okay, guys. Oh, let's go there. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not giving you all the flour. I'm giving you some pillars, right? I'm giving you some strong points. Let's see. So I'm going to give you the answer right now, but y'all already know how I'm going to do it. So get ready. I'm going to give you some pillars, and that's it. I am not going to give you the flower. I'm telling you, go look this up yourself. You'll see it. If you don't see it, it just means you ain't studying enough. All right. 1 hour, 5 hours, not even 20, in my opinion, is going to get. So if you ain't studying this 20, I'm talking about 20 hours, no break. I'm not talking 2 hours today, next week for 2 hours. Listen, if you got to keep recapping, you're going to miss stuff. I'm sitting there telling you, you need to get to a point where you're going to go all in on something. Right. So let's go.
Alex said 4, I think 4 means.
Trot, what do you mean by like go all in? Like 20 hours, please. I really want to know.
That means
what that means.
That means don't get to the point where you turn reading the Bible like school, like you're gonna stay like if you go read. Okay, remember how school like that? Let's say y'all went over something Friday. Okay, you with me?
Okay.
All right. And so Saturday and Sunday pass, which means you had your sister's birthday. The next day you went to a gathering, and then here's Monday morning. You ain't thought about this for 2 days. And so the teacher's like, okay, guys, remember the test is this Friday. So we're going to recap. If you do that to the Bible, you're going to miss it. There cannot be recappings. There can't be recaps because something you were thinking about Friday, you forgot about it Saturday and Sunday. The thing that was going to help you get a breakthrough, you forgot about it. So now you got to recap on Monday, which is a waste of time. Okay. And then so Tuesday or Wednesday, you're kind of back where you were Friday, but guess what? Friday's 2 days away. And you're going to have to do it again. Gotcha. So the recapping hurts people. All right. AI helps. Is that what I saw? AI? Oh my God, no. Go ahead. Let AI teach you the Bible. If that's what I read, I don't know. That's what it looked like to me. All right. So let's go to, better yet, you know what? I think I got a note about that right here. Let me see if I can pull that up. That'd actually be easier. Oh, come on. All right. We'll just do it like that. We will just do it like that. Let's see. All right, let's go to Genesis 11. Let's go to Genesis 11. Bro's mustache got a part-time job at a baseball stadium. That ain't no lie. All right, who's reading it? Genesis 11, starting at verse 1. Who's reading?
I can. Okay. Okay, so it says, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. Is that good?
That's good. That's what's going to happen. That right there. A tower. So let's go to this word tower real quick. So it says, let's see. Actually, not the word tower. It says, let me go to us a city and a tower. So let's look up city and, so this is verse 4. It says, let's build us a city and a tower. So let's look up the word for city and tower here. Let's look up city and tower. Who's looking it up?
I got city if someone wants to get tower. Okay, city is Genesis 11:8. It's H5892. And that's going to be excitement, anguish of terror, city, town, a place of walking, guarded, city, town. And Strong's definition says, even of a mere encampment or a post.
Yeah. So notice how it's explained as a city, and the word excitement is there, a post, excitement, a city. And then so let's go to the tower. So it's not that it's not talking about a city. No, it's talking about a city. But the way it's explained, very odd. Okay? So let's go to tower. What does tower say? I think I said,
okay,
hold on. I think I said one language. Yeah, the answer is tower, though. It's tower. That's the answer, not one language. The answer to this is tower. This is going to happen again, the exact same thing. All right, so tell me. Go ahead.
Okay, so tower is going to be H4026. That's going to be tower, elevated, stage, pulpit, raised bed. Strong's definition says a tower from its size or height. By analogy, a rostrum, figuratively, bed of flowers, castle, flower, tower, compared to the names following.
Yeah, so this tower points to pride. And the city of excitement is no different than Sodom and Gomorrah. It's no different. Okay? So this new world order, okay, once it starts, which we know it's already started, guys, the tower's already started to be built, which is the new world order. It's already started. That's what the Tower of Babel is referring to, right? Babel, the tower, the pride of confusion, guys. The pride of confusion. Not pride in God. Not pride in God. This is not pride in God. Oh, here we go. Okay, no, it's not. Go ahead, Truth. Go ahead. It's a mix-up. Babel is pointing to a mix-up. It is pointing to confusion, actually building where they lived. What? There's always one. What? Truth in the booth. Okay, I'll just call you Booth. What are you saying, Booth? Go ahead. Go ahead. What do you mean it's a tower where they actually lived? What do you mean? No, duh. It's a tower where they actually lived, bro. What? Well, how long you been here? You been in the shadows for some point or what? What's going on? Or did you just show up and you don't know what we're talking about?
He just came in, tried.
Well, yeah. He just touched a screen. That doesn't mean they just came in. It's literally, bro, you said it referred to, so no. How come everybody here? How come everyone else here knows that I know that the Tower of Babel in the book of Genesis was a literal tower? How come you're the only one confused about this? The Tower of Babel, way back during the book of Genesis, way back there, thousands of years ago, it was a literal tower. How come you're the only one confused about this? I don't understand. Where did you hear that I'm saying? I just don't understand. I really don't. I don't get this. Where are you hearing that I said that the Tower of Babel was not a literal tower? Huh? You didn't. Come on, man. Jeez. I don't see you typing. You can't say my bad at least. Lord have mercy. No, can't even do that, huh? Maybe you're part of the tower. Prideful. You can't say that. My bad. I thought you meant. Can't say that, huh? Well, you're so quick to come up here and kick me in the throat. Did you not just say it's referring, brother? I'm talking about at the end times, bro. At the end times. At the end times. You're not listening. So here you go. You're trying to stand 10 toes down on what you're saying. Why are you the only one confused? Everybody here knows that I said that the tower is literal. I've always said that. I still believe it to this day. Okay? I don't care what you think you heard. You said that I'm saying that the Tower of Babel in the book of Genesis is not a literal tower. It doesn't matter. Can I get a my bad? You're wrong. The point is you're wrong about what you just said, bro. You over here telling me I'm wrong about something I said. You're wrong. All right? I'm just giving you what you're giving me, man. Can I get a my bad at least? Are you man enough or woman enough to do that? Let's check your integrity. Can you say my bad? Can you do that? No? Can't do that, huh? Lord have mercy, bro. I swear. All right. Let me see where it says. All right, so let's look at a few things that it says. All right, a few things it says is, it says one language and one speech. Now, clearly we all know, right, at the end, new government, don't you think there is going to be a universal language, right? Everybody's going to speak this language. And people say, well, it's not going to be English. It's going to be Arabic. I don't care what the language is. I don't care. I don't know why people argue about these things. It's stupid. There is going to be a language that everybody is utilizing at that point, period. It's going to be a language that everybody's utilizing. Okay. Booth, really? You're still typing here, but I don't hear a my bad. You can't even say, oh my gosh. All right. Whatever, bro. Whatever, man. Yes, it is. You keep saying, no, it's not. Yes, it is. You don't know what you're talking about. No offense. Clearly, you don't. You came in here wrong. Now you're wrong twice. You want to do a third, make it a trifecta? So there's going to be one language. There's going to be one speech. It's going to 100% be that way. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be other languages that still exist. It's saying there's going to be one that everybody's going to be very familiar with, and that's what everybody is going to be using, 100%. And what's funny is, it says in verse 2, it says, and it came to pass as they journeyed from the east. is what it says. They journeyed from the east. All right. Now, when you go look at maps in the Bible, you have a map of this world and you have a map of God's world, and they're not exactly the same. This is where you get people that say that Donald Trump is the Antichrist because they read the Bible and it says the Antichrist coming for the West. So they go, oh, well, America's the West. That's the West is talking about the fallen world, that the Antichrist is coming from here, this fallen world. It's not it's not talking about America. It's not. Hey, Booth, you're wrong. It is 100%. You don't understand what you're reading clearly. It is 100%, bro. The Tower of Babel, the tower, right, of what's happening today, it's talking about man's pride. That's what the tower is. In the Old Testament, it's a physical tower, Booth. Making stuff up as you... okay, well, it is. So, I mean, my thing is this, bro. You've already made it clear you disagree. Why are you still in here? I don't understand. Like, why are you still in here? You done made it clear you disagree. Okay. I think what it is, you're mad because you came up here and you're like, oh, I got something. And you were wrong about what we were talking about. You were wrong. 100% wrong, bro. And so since I put you out in front of everybody, because you try to put me out in front of everybody, now you try like, okay, well, I got to figure out a way how to get them back. Let me see. You're wrong. Okay, bro, we already know. We already know that you don't, but you came in here wrong to begin with, bro. Right off the rip, you came in here wrong. So there's no validity in anything you say. Nothing you say, there's no validity in it. Oh my gosh. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Where did maybe I should just do it like that. Yeah, loud and wrong. Loud and wrong. How about this? Since you can't be a man, clearly you're not one. And since you can't be one, I'm going to kick you out like a little boy that you are. How about that? Since I could tell the kind of games that you like to play, I'm just going to have to spank you like the little boy that you are. You can see your way out. Okay. You try to come up in here and say, oh, it's a physical tower. Well, no, duh, it's a physical tower, bro. And then because you're a coward, you couldn't just say, okay, my bad. Instead of doing that, you just wait for me to talk so you can say, oh, that's wrong. Now you got to prove me wrong about something because I caught you in your little game that you're playing. So how about you take your game elsewhere? Okay. We don't do that here, bro. And whatever, you should know that. Honestly, I'm going to say it right now. Hopefully someone didn't tell you, hey, go up there. And hey, boy, they led you astray. 100%. 100%. So if you don't understand that the Tower of Babel is something that is going to happen again, except it was a physical tower in the Old Testament. It's not a physical tower. Listen, where else do we see pride in an object? Can anybody tell me? Where else do we see pride in an object in the entire Bible? I don't care where it is. It's a very well-known story. It's an object, though.
The golden calf.
Okay, that's one. Anybody else? Or how it's called? How about the thing I'm talking about? It's called pride. Not only is it an object, but it's called pride. Just to be more clear.
The tree in Ezekiel 28.
Okay, that's one. What about in the book of Daniel? What about that tree? Nebuchadnezzar. Right?
Yeah, the image they made.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But remember, he has a dream about a tree. And Daniel tells him, that tree, that great tree is you. Remember that?
Yeah.
And it's called pride. You understand? I could do this all day. You got this knucklehead coming, you're just making it up as you go. No, bro, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. I can't help it. You're blind as a bat. Can't help it. No offense. You shouldn't have came in here swinging, bro. Calm down. Go sit down somewhere, get a notepad, take some notes. For God's sakes. Lord have mercy, dude. So this whole world order, guys, this is the tower. It's being built right now. It's being built right now as we speak, which is the new order, right? What does it say? What does it say? It says, and the whole earth was of one language and one speech. It says the whole earth. Ain't that what it said? The whole earth. When Knucklehead came in here and goes, well, the tower was just in their area. Doesn't it say the whole earth right here? Or does it say one city, Sodom? What does it say? The whole earth. Even though we know there was a physical tower, okay? But the thing is, this is going back to that one earth. It's the same thing. Guys, nothing new under the sun. Nothing new. Okay? And it came to pass that they journeyed from the east. How funny. They journeyed from the east. They journeyed from the east, huh? It says that they found a plain in the land of Shinar. Somebody go look up that word Shinar, because I don't remember what it means. And it says, and they dwelt there, and they said one to another, and this is the main point that I'm going to make on 3. And it says, and I want someone to tell me, how many times do they say, let us? Right? From Genesis 11, 1 through probably 10. Let me see. No. 9. So 1 through 9. How many times does it say, let us?
Sorry, I missed it. Was it just in that verse or in the whole Bible?
Who's confused on what I asked? Who's confused? Christian, why are you the only one confused? Were you not listening or something?
I said I missed that.
Okay, well, if you missed it, then type in the chat. Somebody will tell you. How many times does it say, let us?
I said 10, Troc.
Okay.
9.
Four times.
4 times. Who looked up Shinar? Oh, man.
I can. Here, I got it.
I got it right here. Shinar's H8152, the country of 2 rivers.
Yeah, and it says, they found a plain in the land of Shinar, right? A plain of 2 rivers, and they dwelt there. All right, so it says, let us make brick. Oh, man, come on. It says, let us make brick, and I'll read the rest of it in a minute. Let me just go to the, let us build us a city and let us make us a name. Let's see.
Verse 7.
Verse 7. No, but that's God. That's God. I'm sorry. Remember, there's two of everything in the Bible. So you have, so God says, let us go down. I'm my bad. That's my fault. I'm talking about just the people.
I got you.
Yeah. That's my fault because I did say, but I meant from verse 1 to 9, just the us that the people are saying. That us, not God us, but the people. How many are there?
3.
All right, what's the verses?
Brick, let us make brick.
No, the verse. What number of verses are they?
Verse 3
Three.
and 4.
3.
Verse 3 and 4.
All right, verse 3 and 4. So verse 3, hold on a second. All right. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Yeah, verse 3 says, and they said one to another, let us make brick, right? Burn them thoroughly. They had brick of stone, slime had they for mortar. So there's one. Let us build a city and let us make a name for ourselves, right? So there's 1 and 3 and there's 2 and 4. All right, so it's let us make brick, let us build a city, and let us make a name for ourselves. So who's doing the building?
The people.
Man.
Yeah, man. Right. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm who's making the brick? Like, this is a building made by hands, and it's a building that's made from things in this world. You understand? They made the brick, and with that brick that they made, they built the city. And with the city that they made, they said, let's make us a name, right? Now, next to the city, which is in verse, oh, crud. Yeah, which is tower. So it says, they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower. Let me move this over here because I got it separate. I mean, too far away. All right. So with the brick that they made, not only did they build a city, they built a tower with that brick from this world, corruptible world. And they said, let us make a name for ourselves. In the entire Bible, in the entirety of the Bible, what does this remind you of right here? I'm thinking of Jesus. I'm thinking of Jesus. I shouldn't have to
I
tell.
will raise this temple, and in 3 days I'll raise back up the one not made by hands.
Okay, not made by hands. What else?
A temple made by hands.
Do what? What?
Talking about the whole thing? Oh, you said talking about Jesus.
Bro, I'm talking about these 3 things you see right here. What in the Bible regarding Christ this should remind you of so many things. One of them is a temple not made with hands. That's one. So we'll say we got an answer to one of them, and that is a tower. So I'm going to put a little star by tower. So we got answer to one. What about the brick? What about the city? And what about the name?
Is brick when he calls them whitewashed tombs because it's white brick?
Oh my gosh. No. He's talking about dead scribes.
I'm saying
and
just
Pharisees.
in terms of this. I know that's going on there.
All right, listen. I need you to think this through before you start spitting out answers.
City on a hill.
Yeah, Eric got part. That's good enough, Eric. The chief cornerstone, right? So Jesus is the cornerstone. So what's the rest of the building made out of? If Jesus is the chief cornerstone, What's the rest of the city, if you will, made out of? Nobody?
Jordan got it. Living stones.
Yeah, living stones, right? Jesus said, if they don't worship me, these very stones will cry out, right? So you have two stones in the Bible. You have the chief cornerstone, us, that are the same stone that he is, and then you have stones of this world, right? Like the stony heart. There's two stones.
And then city would be city on a hill is the only thing I can think of.
Well, that's not completely wrong. Yeah, city on a hill, it is, but there's so much more about city in there. This one should be actually.
I mean, if you're thinking in a broader, I mean, it's an encampment, something guarded, I guess.
No, I'm talking about the city. Come on, guys. What does Jesus talk about regarding cities, or what does the Bible talk about? Mr. Lee, it's a lot. It is a lot. So let's talk about a few of them. Where do we see this? Okay, New Jerusalem. Yes, absolutely. A New Jerusalem. And we'll do a couple of more. I'm just putting out the pillars and the foundation. I promise you, y'all can figure out the flower. I don't got to go over all the flower, but the truth is this, it is what it is. Anybody? I can't believe nobody said this one very specific. City on a hill, New Jerusalem, obviously. But there is a phrase that completes this whole thing right here. What's the question? That Cineo, man, I'm gonna have to go over a lot. City of God. City of God's not wrong. That's not wrong, but there is a more correct answer. Tabernacle. Kingdom of heaven. There's a more correct answer. When I say it, you'll understand why it's the more correct answer.
Like temple of God?
No.
City of God.
Body of God. Tent. No. I'm not saying that y'all's answers are wrong, because remember, guys, there's many answers for a question. Like, for instance, if someone asks, who is Jesus? And you say the sacrificial lamb, that's true. What else is he? He's the Lion of Judah, right? But the most correct answer, he's the Son of God. That's the most correct answer. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm not saying that all those other answers are wrong, because he is the sacrificial lamb. He is the Lion of Judah. But if I have to say it, just tell me and I will. Eternal city, those things are still New Jerusalem. Okay, but the city gate, that's just the gate of the new city. But what I'm looking for a very specific guys, because listen, we're talking about them saying they're going to build a new city, and they're going to make a name for themselves. Yeah, the city can't be hid. That's true, but I'm talking about, guys, listen, we're looking at these people. We're looking at these people making a city. They're making a city.
They're making
I was going to go to the woe to thee ones at this point, Trot.
What do you say?
How they're making a city for themselves.
Well,
to glorify themselves.
Well, they are. They are. So just think of the opposite of what you're saying.
So that would be.
It should be a city for God.
Okay, so
For his reverence.
Right. So I don't know. Dre said Luke 17:20. Somebody go read that.
In my Father's house there are many mansions.
Luke, what?
City of refuge. Yeah, that's not wrong. Somebody already, Faith, someone already, I think it was Mr. Lee said New Jerusalem, and that's exactly where this is pointing. So I just need y'all to keep thinking like that. New Jerusalem, which is what? And then Misunderstood gave a hint to the other answer. You know.
Okay, so Luke 17:20, and when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of God cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you.
Okay, yeah, right. But there's a certain verse. That's not wrong. It's a certain verse. When I say it, you'll be like, oh, I'm telling you, listen, this is how analytical it is. If I asked you, who is Jesus? And you said, he's the sacrificial lamb. Well, yeah, he is. He's a Lion of Judah. Yeah, but he's the Son of God. That's the nucleus of who he is. I'm looking for the nucleus. All these things you're giving me is right. Fenced-in city, Eden, all those things are right. They're all right. Let me just say this. If these people made the bricks to make the city, is this a new or an old city? If they made the bricks,
it's new.
It's new. That's the point here. That word matters.
Is it the glorified body?
Oh my God, Jennifer, I'm using the word new. I'm using the word new for a reason. New. It matters. That's why it's written this way. They made the bricks. If they just made bricks, bro, these bricks are new. New heaven and earth. Who is that? Aunt Vicky. Yes. The new heaven and the new earth that's not made by hands. Okay? New heaven and new earth. So they are doing, again, that's why I'm saying everything y'all are saying is right, but the nucleus is very important. So, but New Jerusalem, I seen a bunch of stuff y'all said. It's not wrong. It's just, it's important. The titles are very important. So do you think it's a coincidence that they said, let us make 3 times? 3 times. What does the Bible say about measures in the Bible? And hopefully that guy I kicked out of here can look, because he says, you just making it up. You just making it up as you go. No, bro. It's all in there, man. You just don't know how to read the Bible. You're too stupid to have a good time. You want to come in here arguing instead of sitting your butt down and learn. Learn, for God's sakes.
Dre is saying Matthew 13.
Yeah, the 3 measures. Yeah, go. If he gave you the verse, go to it.
Okay, Matthew 13:13. Give me one quick sec.
Oh, who was that? What is this? Oh, man, why won't it let me look? Who is that? Oh, that's Troy. I see that, Troy, man.
Okay, so Bidney said 1333. Did I read it wrong? Okay, yeah, okay. 1333.
He changed it. Dre changed it.
Go ahead, read it.
Okay, so it says, another parable spake he unto them, the kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened. And that is verse 33.
Keep reading.
All these things spake Jesus unto the multitude in parables, and without a parable spake he not unto them.
Okay. So that says he always spoke in parables, right? Right? That's what that means?
Yes.
Okay. So Is he the author of the entire Bible?
Yes.
So when he came here, that's when he started speaking in parables?
No.
He's always been that way. Or did he change? I thought the Bible says God don't change. So does he change or not?
No, he
don't
does not
change.
change.
So when you have people that listen to Jesus speak and they still ain't been able to put together that this is the same author of the entire Bible, and they think that the Bible has to tell us when something is a parable. It has to tell us. Because he says right here, 3 measures till the whole thing was leavened. 3. And the entire Bible is written this way because it's your heart that cares to find out. And these people that say anything contrary to this, that it has to say it's a parable, that means they don't believe something is unless it says, which means they don't believe Jesus is God unless he says it. Do you understand? They only believe what is right there in front of their face. If it's outside of that, then they go to scriptures that say that you're adding to scripture. You're adding and taking away. No. The Bible says you cannot add or take away. It's both. You cannot add or take away. So if you're taking away the fact that Jesus, the author of the entire Bible, if you're taking away his parabolic language, then you're actually doing what the Bible says don't do. You're taking it away. It says you can't add or take away. Why is it that they say, oh, well, you're adding? No, my friend. The fact that you don't see it and you don't tell people that it says that, you're taking away. It's the complete opposite. You cannot add or take away. So when someone says that Jesus is not the tree of life, my friend, you're taking away from what the Bible says. If you say that the parabolic language that Jesus, the author of this entire book, if you say that all these things are, what do they call it? A mystic. It's mystic. No, my friend, it's not mystic. Jesus spoke in parables. He spoke in mystic language. And when you say that it's not there, you take it away. You're actually doing the thing that he's saying not to do. You're taking it away. You're telling people it's not there. You're changing the word, my friend. You're changing it, and you don't even realize it. You're changing it. When you tell someone that's not what it says, you're taking it away. But it says 3 measures. Many times in the Bible, we see this 3 measure. So outside of the Garden of Eden and outside of what I'm showing you here, somebody show me 3 measures. If you go look at Eve, when she's talking to this tree, you'll see the 3 measures there. You'll see the 3 measures right here in the Tower of Babel. Where else? Where else do we see 3 measures? I got 2 more in my head. 3 now.
Genesis 18, when the Lord appeared before Abraham.
What do you mean? How's that 3 measures?
Well, there was the Lord and the 2 messengers with him.
Yeah, I know, but that's not 3 measures. That's not 3 measures. 3 measures is when something is coming to someone one thing at a time. Okay? One thing at a time. All right? I mean, you're right. You do see 3 people come to Abraham, but that's not what this is. 3 measures. Dre put Peter. Which part, bro? You got to give a verse so they can read it. Oh, he's coming up. All right, somebody hop down so I can bring up Dre. I didn't even know he was in the box. Somebody hop down. It don't matter who it is, just one person. It ain't got to be everybody. Oh, my Lord, everybody drop. Excuse me.
I was talking about the time when Christ, when the Messiah told him, feed my sheep 3 times. He gave him 3 measures.
Yeah, so when he said, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? That right there is 3 measures. What he's doing, why can I not get this crap? Hold on a second. Yeah, so when he said, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Notice the way he's asking Peter, the way he's doing it is so like him. That's how he does it in the entire Bible. So the 3 is, right, he uses different words. Do you like me? Do you see me as a friend? Do you love me? And these three measures were showing Peter, it's not about you, it's about me. He needed him to understand this, but he does it in three measures. Sandhu said, sending the dove, yes, three measures. The dove was sent out 3 times, and it was one after the other. 3 measures, right? Eve, if you go to Eve, what does Eve say? Does anybody remember what Eve says?
Yeah, a tree. Yeah, the 3 things.
Yeah, right. So it says a tree desired to make one wise, which is the last thing, but it's a good for food, right? And it says that the tree was
good to the eyes.
Yeah, pleasant to the sight, and a tree desired to make one wise. So again, 3 measures. It became the leaven. Okay. Peter, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? The dove sent out 3 times. And then here, let us make brick. Let us build a city and a tower. Let us make a name for ourselves. So far, we got everything except for one. So now we know that they're making a new thing. It's new bricks, right? New bricks. And they're making a city and a tower with these new bricks, right? Those are together. If you didn't know, city and a tower, you could say they're 4 things, but the city and the tower go together, period, the end. And it says, and let us make a name for ourselves. How many times in the Bible do we see, even in the Old Testament, I don't even got to use the New Testament. Even in the Old Testament, we see, my favorite one is with David, where he's saying that these things are going to happen with David. And what's the reason? Does anybody remember? These things are going to happen with David's already dead. Does anybody remember what he says? These things are going to happen. Nobody remembers.
For his name's sake.
Yeah. And he says, for my name's sake. What?
Yeah.
Because everything, when it was first spoken in the garden regarding the seed, it was for his name's sake. So in the story here, the Tower of Babel, when we get to 5, it says, and the Lord came down to see the city. I'm sorry, hold on, no. 7, it says, go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand another speech. So the Lord scattered abroad from them the face of all the earth, left off from building the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, confusion, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth. And from hence did the Lord scatter them abroad from the face of all the earth. These are the generation. Okay, so it was him. It was him that did this. Why? Because they were building something in their name's sake. But the Bible makes it clear. Jesus said that these things were going to be built without hands. Talking about man's hands. Number 1. Makes it very clear that there's going to be a new heaven and a new earth, just like there's a new city and a tower, a new heaven, a new earth, and it in the Bible in its entirety, he's doing this for his name's sake. I don't even know why I even got to say his name's sake more than once. It's all over. He did it to glorify his name. Jesus says, Father, glorify me as I was glorified with you. Again, for his name's sake. He was doing all this for us for his name's sake. For his name. Not for our name, not for David's name, for his glory, for his name's sake. And you have these people speaking the same way, but yet they're doing it in their name. So at the very end, which the tower's already being built right now, okay, which is the government earth, the policing, all this. And the humans are doing this because of their name's sake. They are trying to make a name for themselves. 100%. There's no other viewpoint. I care less what anybody else says. And the Bible is showing exactly that this thing is going to happen. It's already happening, right? This is the tower that's being built. And when it's complete, it will be, once again, the Tower of Babel, built again on the whole earth. Same thing. And then this is when we start seeing all these other things taking place, which you see people hopping to, but they leave this part out. You know why they leave this part out? Because they don't know it's there. I don't care who gets mad. I don't care. I don't care. It's funny. I've been hearing for years, bro, these revelation experts, but why nobody bring this up? How come nobody? Because it doesn't say it in Revelation. Of course it don't say it in Revelation. How many times does the Bible have to tell you? It's here a little, there a little. They think that everything that's happening in Revelation is in the book of Daniel, the book of Ezekiel, and the book of Revelation. That's what they think. That's what they think, that God allowed you to know how to read whatever language you read so you can just have it all together. Well, I'm here to say, my friend, you go ahead and call yourself a Revelations guru all you want. My question is, how'd you miss this? How'd you miss this? I could tell you how, but I'm not going to sit here and waste my time explaining that. But for anyone to say that at the end of times, this right here doesn't play a part, my friend, I don't know what you're reading. It does. It 100%. And all I did was talk about the pillars. I didn't even go in the flower. I could break this whole thing down. It's happening right now. The new world order is happening right now. Right now. So I think I gave you enough. Oh, go ahead, Dre.
I would say even something as basic, like people don't see it in the Old Testament, and it's right before your own eyes. Even when you see like Moshe gives the law, but it's Yeshua that leads you into the promised land. Like this already happened in the Old Testament as a shadow of when he comes, Yeshua comes. What is he here for? To take you into the promised land, not a physical promised land, but the spiritual promised land in our hearts, the Eden revived, the land flowing of milk. People miss that. And you know what's another thing that's funny about talking about the three measures? That the menorah was actually on a three-legged lampstand.
Yeah.
So three measures, even the foundation of the menorah is a foundation of three measures.
Yeah. Yeah, the menorah was on three legs. That's very true. It was. All right, so I'm looking, and there's something else I want to say about it, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't believe you need it, man. Okay, look, if you're not understanding,
Mr. Lee, you only had one scale fall off, Mr. Lee.
What he
said, I've been descaled.
I've been descaled. He said, I've been descaled. Oh man, it's just a matter of time. Look, this stuff is real. It's in the Bible, and our flesh, the veil, has been holding us back. And what ends up happening is our flesh gets mad at the person and starts attacking them. Come on, this is a tactic that Satan's had for a very long time. He just wants everyone to fight. He wants to use the flesh to just get everyone to fight. But I'm telling you, the word of God 100% is a double-edged dagger. And when it pierces, only a fool would deny it. Only a fool would deny the truth that's in there. And honestly, a person who is saved, you can't deny it for long. You can't, because there's enough of the word that you know. There's enough that you know that when more of it is brought, you can't deny it. You may not like the person. You may not like who God chose, however you want to word it. But the one thing that us as believers will not do, we will not deny the word. We won't. Your flesh may say, I hate this person. I don't like this lady. I don't like this guy. whatever. Your flesh can play that game with you all it wants to. But when we're honest to ourselves and we know that the flesh is the fowl of the air, it is the mind of Satan, the way it thinks, it's all about preserving itself. It's not a giver. It's a taker. It's not a giver. And when you can learn to separate that from the spirit, then the soul, now we're being honest to the soul, and the soul can start saying, okay, hold on a second. That's not the word, but this is. And it'll start coming into agreement with the word, regardless of where it's coming from. It won't matter anymore. At that point, it won't matter who the truth is coming from, because we follow the truth. And when Christ said, my sheep know my voice, it didn't say my sheep know all the stupid people my voice is coming from. That's not what it says. It doesn't say my sheep know that all the idiots that are going to be saying my words, they will fall in love with the idiot. No. You won't like the idiot, but you will not be able to deny the truth that's coming out of the person. You won't, because you would have to deny yourself. Because what this person's going to bring, all it's going to do is mesh together everything you've been learning that you know that is true. And people will come and say, oh, don't listen to that person. Well, you got to ask yourself, well, why not? those are all lies. Okay, bro, give it time. You'll see if it's a lie or not. You'll see it's a lie. God don't need your help to go tell, don't listen. And then they bring up the verses where people are trying, there's a lot of them that talks about watch out for false this, watch out for false that. Of course, you're supposed to watch out for who is false. You are. You are supposed to watch who is false, not listening to everybody else telling you who's false. Well, you too stupid. You can't breathe for yourself or what? If you have Christ living in you, my friend, you will know who's telling you the truth. I love it when people come up to this live and they're like, guys, don't listen to him. Oh, okay. So they all need to go to your live and listen to you. Can you not see the irony in that? So they all need, well, I'll just do the same thing you're doing. Guys, don't listen to him. Oh my God. Are y'all can't breathe for yourself for God's sakes? Is the Spirit of God not dwelling in you? Do you not know what love is? If you know what love is, my friend, you'll know where it is. You'll know where it's at. You don't have to have the Savior of God prophet on TikTok that come in here and be like, guys, be careful. Watch out. Oh, okay. Yeah. Watch out. They're basically everybody's stupid except for them. Everybody got led astray. This is all they focus on, being led astray. They have so much fear about being led astray. God no longer has power. The spirit of fear is stronger than the love of God. Are you serious, bro? This is crazy. This is crazy to me when people believe that their fear tactics on how to get someone not to listen, that somehow that's going to overpower the love of God. If the love of God in you is telling you exactly what Jesus said, you'll know if they're my disciple. How? Because they know how to love one another, right? Not the kind of love I show Christian. That's tough love. That's totally different.
Well,
try.
Yeah, let's talk about how that's not love at all, actually. But listen, don't worry, we'll see each other.
Dre, hold on. Every time I give Christian to take a stab, boy, he goes deep. Did you hear what he just said? He said that's actually not love at all. Boy, he couldn't wait to hop on that one, boy.
Yeah, I try to ignore Christian, but
I try to ignore Dre anyway.
What you're saying, goes with that's the part of like understanding how to read the Bible, and this is what I was going to talk about today on Timeless Yeshua. But we're obviously going to do that tomorrow, I guess. But when we're talking about like the way you're talking about reading the Bible, people when they say like this mystical thing, in the Hebrew word for reading the Bible that way is called sod. A lot of people don't realize that it's sod, which is secret, which is the one that operates in like the secret things of God that only God reveals to those who search out the secret things of God. So if you're going to read the Bible with simply the Peshat, which is like the simple reading of the scripture, that's where you end up with the misunderstanding of how the secret things of God work, because you haven't figured it out. So there's like 3 different ways of reading the Bible, and like it's the Peshat, the Remez, the Midrash, and the Sod.
Well, hey Dre, let me hold on, Dre. Let me ask you, you got time to talk about that right now, or you want to wait till tomorrow?
We could talk a little bit about it. Yeah, sure.
I mean, how long is it? Is it going to be a full session?
Nah. I mean, you know me. I usually just talk a little bit and I let you run.
I know, but what? Hey, let me tell y'all. I
say one word and then try to just go on a sermon. So I was like, all right.
We're not new.
I never actually finished.
We're not new to this. We true to this.
Let me tell you how slick. Let me tell you how slick Dre is, though. He'll call me, bro. Hey, like yesterday, he had some good news, and I mean that's his own business. But he had some good news, and he told me something, and I was like, oh man, awesome. I get to talking. I'm telling you, within 3 minutes, Trot, I gotta go. Oh, okay, my bad. My bad, bro. My bad. Now I do know he really does have to go, but he's told me before, I could be long-winded. But every person that is my friend, I'm telling you, if you want to know a fact about me, boy, that every one of them will say it. Everyone. You ask any other question though, and you probably hear some things you don't want to hear, like that I'm an amazing person. No, nobody wants to hear that. But the one fault, if you want to say I have one, is I'm long-winded. And let me say this to anybody. Let me say this to anybody. Let me say.
Hey, listen, I thank God I wasn't under him in the military. Imagine him trying to tell you a mission, bro. Oh my Lord, I'd be so confused by that. I'm like, oh, what the hell are we doing again?
Nah. Hey, whoa. The missions. Hold on a second. Missions in Iraq is easy. right? Because all you have to remember is whenever y'all do the sandbox, right? I'm not going to go over that, but once you do a sandbox on what you're told to do, they tell you word for word what they want you to do. And the easiest thing about that is, as long as you repeat it word for word, if somebody messes up, I could say, well, I gave it to them word for word, like you said. So there is no ad-libbing when it comes to that. So that's what
Can
makes
you imagine try like as like a classroom teacher, bro, and you're just like even like leaving like forget that a weekend briefing. If I was a corporal, he's a sergeant, I'll look at my team like, if any of y'all ask one question, I swear for Lord, I'm putting my boot up your rear. You better not ask this guy a question. I don't care if he says, does anybody have any questions? You better not ask a question because we will be here for another 20 minutes.
Okay, well, I'll be fair to that too. I knew how those briefings are. So, again, there's a time and place, man, for everything. But when it comes to, let me just say this. The whole point I'm getting to is, if God has called you to teach, let me show you how you know if you're in the presence of a teacher of the Lord. Okay, they never shut up. That's how you know. So when I say God gives them grace to teach, when I say that Jesus chose the 12 disciples for a reason, it's because none of them can shut up. And I've had people say, I'm sitting there telling you right now, if you go study, they're always yapping about something. And the loudmouth of them all was Peter. Peter talked more than all of them. Everyone said, oh, it's because how old he was. No. It was the communal, how do you say it?
Bro, Peter talked so much, he put somebody to sleep and they fell off the window and died.
No, that was Paul. That was Paul.
Yeah. No, that was Peter.
That time was Paul. No,
it was Paul. It was Paul. But either way, that still proves the point.
I thought it was Peter.
It don't matter. It still proves the point. That's why Paul was chosen, because he couldn't shut his mouth. So, like, you give a teacher a good idea, everybody's going to hear about it. Everybody. It's like they get this. It's just a very natural thing. It's a grace that's given to them that they don't get. Now, don't get me wrong. There were times like, again, I'm talking about the word of God, but there was times I love teaching. But when I was in the service, I'd have a private come up to me and they'll be like, hey, Sergeant, I don't know how to do this. You got to understand, not everybody can be a drill sergeant, not because it's hard. It is, but not everybody could do it because they're not natural teachers. They may be a natural leader, but they're not a natural teacher, which means they can kind of get irritated very fast if someone keeps asking them the same question. First of all, there's nothing wrong with someone asking the same question, okay? Unless it becomes so repetitive from the same person. Then it's like, hold on a second, bro. I've gone over this with you a million times. What's the problem? But what I'm talking about is a drill sergeant, they get new recruits every couple of months, 3 months. So the same question is going to get asked to them. It doesn't matter if it's the same person. You'll know if they're not a good teacher because the same question starts irritating them. And it's coming from someone completely different. But a teacher understands why that person is asking because they don't know. And so if a different person comes again and asks again, but how you know if someone's not a good, and I'll use drill sergeant, how they're not a good drill sergeant, because it's a totally different recruit asking them a question that's been asked to them a million times and they start getting mad. That's when you know. And I'm just saying that the 12 disciples, the reason why Jesus said that after the 5,000 were fed, that there were 12 baskets of leftovers, this was talking about the disciples. Those were the 12 vessels that had more to give. This means that they understand the job, or what's the phrase that people say? They understand the mission, or what is it?
The assignment.
The assignment. That's the thing we say today, right? So they understood the assignment and they fed 5,000 people. Listen, I don't think you're really focused on what you just saw. 12 men fed 5,000 people. Physically, they gave them physical food. But in reality, this is talking about 12 people feeding 12,000 people the word. The only ones that can do this are those that don't know how to shut up. That means that someone comes to them and they feed them until they're stuffed and they can't even take anymore. And guess what? Here comes somebody else and they feed them too. So there's this natural grace thing over a teacher that they already know the assignment is make disciples, and I'm going to feed you until you throw up. Period. You're going to get tired of eating before I'm tired of feeding you, is the point, right? So,
I think the greatest sign of a teacher is that a great teacher won't let anybody else talk at all. That's the greatest sign.
Man.
Well, you say one word and you might as well just mute because you're not going to talk again for at least another 15 minutes.
My bad. All right. Hey, do you want to? All right. So
this is why I like the pulpit, because can't nobody interrupt you, bro. You just get to talk. Nobody's going to say nothing to you.
The pulpit. Lord have mercy. All right, so you want to talk about it today, or you want to wait till tomorrow, bro? It's up to you. I don't care.
We can wait till tomorrow.
All right, we'll wait till tomorrow. We'll wait till tomorrow.
I'm gonna say one thing, and you're gonna run to something else.
All right.
Hey, when I first came on here, and that lady said, "I got a question," I said, "We're not doing timeless Yeshua." I already know. I knew it. I knew it immediately. I said, "I already know we're not doing this."
What was the question? What question?
Oh, she asked about who wrote the book of Hebrews. Was it the Father speaking, or was it?
What do you mean, bro? That conversation lasted like 10 minutes.
Brother, you went from that to trolling some Muslim for like an hour. Zimbabwe, whatever his name was. That was a whole troll session. I said, "Oh my God,
that was like 10 minutes.
Going. This is not going to end."
That was 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah,
bro. Go back and watch the live.
It was longer than
all right, check it out. All right, check it out. I need someone. Listen.
I'm off today, and I really wanted to hear Bible study. That's why I'm in the box.
What do you mean? We talked Bible for a long time. What are you talking about?
But no, it was the trolling.
Okay, check it out. Listen. This is what I want you to do then, Misunderstood, since you got so much time. I want you to go, as soon as this live is uploaded, I want you to go find when Ziddy started talking to me, and I want you to find out how long was that conversation. Now, if it was 20 minutes, I'll concede. But I'm saying it was about 10, maybe 15. I don't think it was longer than that. So
I know for a fact it wasn't. I know for a fact it was longer than that.
Let
me tell you why.
I don't care.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
All right.
Because you started talking, I said, you know what? I'm gonna drop off the panel because I already know this is gonna go for a minute, right? So I said, I gotta go do something. So I went upstairs and I basted a turkey. I washed it. I cooked it. I put it on the oven for 4 hours, right? And I sat there and watched the turkey bake for 4 hours. And then I said, let me see what Trot's doing. And you were still talking to Zimbabwe.
Okay,
I was like, dang, it's been 4 hours. He's been talking to Zimbabwe.
I don't care. I want someone, listen, hold on. There's two people that I trolled back. It was the one on YouTube, which was the Zydia guy. And then it was the loser that came up here on TikTok. So there's two. And if you put them together, you're a liar. I'm not talking about both. I'm talking about each one of them. So y'all go find out.
No, like no lie, like no trolling. Zimbabwe was easily 30 minutes.
Well, okay, we're gonna see. I want prove it. We're gonna find out. I think that sucker was 10 to 15 minutes.
No, Dre. I texted you when Trot asked, "Have Dre come?" I texted you. You see, and then that message is when Dre said, Trot said, "Come get you." And he was still
I don't care. Listen, I don't care about none of that. I want you to find the video and say, okay, you started talking to Zibabibi right here, and it stopped right here. That's the time I want. I don't want your personal interpretation of your texting. None of that. If you can't bring me the receipt, if I got to go find it myself, I'm going to shame all you. Bring me the receipt. I want to see how long it was. Don't come. Don't bring nothing else. I don't care. I don't care what it is. Okay, what? Bring me the facts. All right, check it out. So, and for anyone to say we didn't do no Bible today, you're lying. How long did we talk about the Tower of Babel? Don't lie to me. How long was it? Guarantee you it's 30 minutes.
In between you having people guess for 30 minutes?
The whole thing matters. Nope, from the time we started to the time it ended. Nah. We're gonna tell the truth. All right, Mr. Lee said about 30 minutes. Mr. Lee said about 30 minutes. I'm thinking it's around 30 minutes myself. So don't tell me there wasn't no Bible. Listen, look, that's why we started the podcast.
No, we did talk Bible. I definitely caught the Bible because that's actually a good analogy. I saw the two because when you were talking about it, the first thing that came to my mind was the two mountains, 2 towers, 2 mountains, 2 cities, and I saw all the twos as you were explaining. I was hanging up my wonderful, Shadur Sanders jersey while you were talking. So I was hanging up my jerseys and my my Dwayne Wade rookie card. I was putting all my stuff together. Because it's going to be a great holiday season looking at my rookie cards. So
yeah, I know. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. Can you imagine? You know the glittery rainbow color card, like the Danette, and I think Christian has one too. Christian, right? Oh, Christian ain't here. You know that card I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
It's gold.
Or gold, whatever it is. Imagine, bro. Imagine that card. Because the box tells us, it says, look out for signatures green. I'm guessing the signature is green. I mean, I don't know. That's what it seems like to me. But imagine that gold card, Shador rookie, with the green signature on that bad boy. Woo! Bro, I hope somebody has that. I hope you have it.
You know, I have a D Wade rookie card, and I thought it was perfect, pristine. If you look at it, it looks pristine. It looks nothing, and it still came back as a 9.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Nines. When they come back as a 9, 90% of those people believed it would have been a 10. You know. So.
Oh yeah. I feel like taking it back apart and sending it back in there to get reviewed again to see what happens.
People do that. People do that, man. I mean, it could come back in 8 though. That's the thing. It could.
Well, I have the 9 case still though. I'll put it back in the
That thing gonna look so tampered. We gonna have duct tape around that thing, man. Get out of here.
Salty.
That's pretty salty. But it's a 9 though, right?
It's a 9.
Dang, bro. What's it worth right now?
I don't know. Let me look.
I swear, I want a 10. I want a 10 Shador rookie card so bad.
I don't even know if my rookie Shador card would come back as a 10. If the Dwayne Wade one didn't come back as a 10, I don't even think that the Shador.
Yeah, probably not, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. But right
I'll
now,
show you
there's a certain Mickey Mantle card, and I think there's only 3 10s in existence right now. Can you imagine someone that buys all 3 of those and then they burn the other 2? Oof.
I'll have to show you the Edgerrin James rookie cards that I have, Dre.
CJ, can you sound off? What?
No. I said I'll have to show you the Edgerrin James rookie cards that I have, Dre.
Ray is showing you something, Troy.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
CJ, what rookie card? Say the name louder.
Edgerrin.
Oh, Edgerrin. Oh, okay, cool. Who is that?
D-Wade, bro.
I can't see. Oh, but bring it closer, man. Oh, nice. Who gave it a 9? Who is that?
No.
Is that Beckett?
What is it? SGC.
SGC.
So it's a mid-9. Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah. I see it. Yeah, you're right. SGC. My bad. Let's see. I guess it don't matter. You guess what don't matter?
This is a mid-9 too. This came back as a mid-9.
Oh no, OU, I deserve 13. You deserve 13 what? What are you talking about, buddy?
13 lashes.
13 lashes? Okay. Yeah, so guys, real quick before we hop off, just so y'all know, the other day, it might have been a couple of days ago, CJ was telling us that the I'm Your Garden song, my goal was to get 100 within those few days, and we did. We got like 130 or 140, but a couple more days had passed, and it's up to 1.8 thousand, which I thought it could hit 1,000, views or whatever, but I didn't think it would hit 1.8 thousand views in a few days. I'm just being honest, because I mean, it's just a lot of people that don't know that song's even out. Like, people, how is somebody going to hear it unless they know the song's out, right? But we hit 1.8 thousand. So obviously, I think it's gonna go up a lot more than that, like in the next few days. But every song has a stopping point. I mean, it is what it is.
Which that's probably 1.8. That was from just like, what day was that? Hold on. Just the 15th. What's that day?
Lauren said it's going to be at 10K next week. The amount of times I'm listening.
Okay, so that's funny. So here's the thing, though. I was looking at some of the other stuff, like at the videos made versus when that like views and stuff took off, and so the first time a video was made was the 13th, the day after it dropped, which I think was Dre. And that's what got the first spike. And then yesterday there was 5 videos made that had the song attached to it. And so I think that had something to do with it. So
Oh, I'm sure. I know Travis made one. Guys, y'all definitely need to go help push that out. Travis, he's literally this guy right here. He made one.
Hello.
He made one. So if y'all can follow this guy right here, he made a video with that song, and just go listen to it one time to get it pushed out. And so I finally, God dang, Eric, you messing with them buffer springs or what?
Rob, also, everybody share it in your other social medias, like in your Facebook or your Instagrams. Share it out there. Share out the D-Scale in your other social media.
Yeah, and I just put it on YouTube, and here pretty quick, I need to get Jordan to put it on Instagram. And like I said, I mean, if you've really sat down, if you're trying to listen to the song while you're running around, I don't think you know how to listen to worship music. Okay, I'm not saying you can't, but if you haven't sat down and just listened to the song, do yourself a service and do that. Honestly, I'm just being honest. And so there's a bunch of other songs that I have written that's going to be out like in the next couple of months. And they're all amazing, every one of them. But I'm telling you, I don't think there'll ever be one that's going to top "I'm Your Garden." I'm sorry. It's literally the entirety of everything that started Descaled almost 15 years ago, right? I'm not talking about the show, but the vision that I had to start this and start making sure that people were discipled. There's not enough. If you think your little preacher on the corner, if you think that's enough, it's not. I was invited to an event the other day at a church. It was a Christmas thing. And I guess it was just, I don't know, maybe because of some background, I always kind of see, how many people are in here. It's just a thing that I do. And there couldn't have been but maybe 100 people in there, if that, 85 to 100. And, you just can't help but see out of everybody that's in there, they're not all showing up on Sunday, right? It's because of the Christmas event. Which means any given Sunday, there's about 50 people in there, maybe 60. All right. And this guy, he kind of ministers to the same 50 people, all the time, over and over. And then people give other pastors a hard time because they have 2,000 people that they do this to. But it's never about just ministering to the same people. It's about making disciples so they can minister to people. All right. And sometimes it's hard to see that in a physical church, man. It just really is. So I just wanted to throw that out there that right now it was sitting at almost 2,000 views. And, so the song obviously has picked up a lot of traction. I mean, to people who are known, like that put out Christian music. I mean, some of those people, they'll get 100,000 in one day, if not 500,000 in one day. But everybody already knows that they put. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, yeah.
I mean, they're getting hundreds of thousands, but again, they're known artists, and pretty soon Descaled will be too, and we'll see kind of where that peak is with Descaled. But right now, we don't know. We don't know exactly where that's at, but. People that have an ear for music, I'm talking about worship music, okay? People who have an ear for it, I'm Your Garden will be in their worship, what do you call it? Like their library. It will be. Playlist. But they have to hear, to do what? Playlist, library, whatever, yeah. And I didn't even know this, but CJ showed me that Spotify is at a 32% of how many people listen to music on Spotify. And apparently Apple's at 12. So, Dre, I think I'm going to have to switch. I think I'm going to have to switch I might have to do that right now. Switch it to Spotify. There are more people that listen to Spotify than they do Apple Music. I didn't know the percentage. And because of that, do what, Christian?
I said it's not even close. Apple Music is garbage.
Well, it's not garbage. It's just people like Spotify more. I mean, first of all, we're talking, it's almost triple the amount of people that use Spotify. It literally is basically triple the number of that of Apple Music. So I'm going to have to go in there and I'm going to change it to Spotify because the only thing that is showing up, and I don't know why, is Apple. And it's because I have it picked. But I could pick Spotify, and I think I'm going to have to. Free is always good. Yeah, that is a reason, because it's free. Yeah, Spotify. Yeah, and it's because it's free, man. Apple Music they need to do something different. Yeah. So I'm probably going to do that right now. I'm probably going to change it over, huh?
The main reason they can't get as much reach is because they're exclusive to Apple products, and that's less than half the world. Yeah, I'm going to go in there and change it. All right, guys, anybody have anything? Just know that Dre, he's going to bring up kind of where we kind of left off today, that there's different ways of looking or like studying the Bible. And he's going to bring it from the perspective of, how like the rabbis explain it on Timeless Yeshua tomorrow. And then we'll talk about them tomorrow. That's kind of what we'll do. So tomorrow will be a Timeless Yeshua. Anybody got any things? Anybody got anything? Nina said, I'm going to cancel my iTunes now. Oh, man. I'm not going to cancel.
I didn't know Spotify was free.
I know. I'm kind of in the same boat, man.
Hundreds of dollars.
I know, and Apple Music is like, I think it was $10 a month or something.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man, it's sad, man. They should probably put that sucker 99 cents if they want to keep me at this point. All right, guys, do what?
Said they're gonna lose us.
Okay, hold on a second, Lauren. What is that? Spotify Premium. What is that?
That's
probably
the
$10.
No commercials, probably, because I have.
Well,
Pandora.
how much is that?
My Pandora for the family package is $15 a month.
Well, we don't get commercials. We don't get commercials. We pay 10. We don't get commercials.
You have Apple Music. I don't have Apple.
No, I know. I'm saying y'all are saying that you can get the other one, Pandora or whatever, but y'all have commercials that hop in. Apple don't have that. We don't have no commercials. Maybe it's because we have to pay. Maybe that's why. But
yeah, that's because you pay for it.
Well, heck, if everybody's getting premium, then I got Apple Premium. Then how about that?
You have Apple Premium.
I ain't running nowhere. I'm staying right where I am.
Spotify Premium for an individual is $11.99 a month now.
All right, guys, I got to hop off. I got to go. All right, tomorrow, CJ will give us an update on where it went. It was at 1.8 today, and we'll just see. I mean, we'll have fun with it, obviously, but just know Scale doesn't make music but for one reason, and that's to minister to people. All the other crap, it's all crap to me. I really don't care. But whatever happens with it, it happens. But that music has been written down for over a decade, and I've been waiting. And I even have a movie written or a play, whichever one you want to. I have several books. That none of this stuff is new. In those 5 years, a lot happened in those 5 years, and the opportunity just wasn't there for me to present that in the way that it's being presented. So it is what it is. But that's right. All glory to God. 100%. All glory to God. Okay. So, Dre, what? I'm sorry. What?
Huh?
Were you saying
what?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, well, you're a coward. You ain't a feather. There ain't a feather in your family. You ain't got a feather in your family. Well, I didn't
That's
hear.
right. No chickens.
I didn't hear. No, you ain't
feathers.
you ain't got no feather of God. Ain't no faith in your family. That's what that means. There ain't a feather in your family. All right. No, on a serious note. All right, guys. God bless. We'll see y'all in the morning.
Cowboys suck.
No, they don't. They're awesome.